JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of WPIAL High School Football, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Two towns, two traditions, Aliquippa and Penn Hills. Places forged in the heart of western Pennsylvania, where toughness isn't just a trait, it's survival. These communities have faced it all, and yet they rise because resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you earn. From the shadows of steel mills to the bright lights of the NFL, these programs have sent 11 players each to the league. Names like Ditka and Revis, Fralick and Donald. Icons who didn't just play the game, they redefined it.
Aliquippa's football team is fighting to keep its spot in the Class 4A instead of being moved into 5A.
Aliquippa, the school district, won its lawsuit against the PIAA, preventing the school from being moved up to Class 5A.
It doesn't matter who the Quips play. They haven't run. They face whoever stands in front of them. And more times than any other team in the WPIAL, they win. These programs aren't just built on legacy. They're led by it. Both Aliquippa and Penn Hills are guided by men who wore the jersey with pride. For the first time ever, Penn Hills hosts Aliquippa. Two legendary programs, two communities bound by grit and glory. It's Aliquippa, it's Penn Hills, on the Steelers High School Showcase.
Welcome to Yuhas-McGinley Stadium on the campus of Penn Hills High School for the site of the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group. It's the Aliquippa Quips clashing with the Penn Hills Indians. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Matt Fargo, joined alongside the former Pittsburgh Steeler Arthur Moats in the building tonight for Aliquippa and Penn Hills. And Arthur, you picked a good one. It's the Quips and the Indians. Can't really get much better. Two of the perennial powers in all the WPL. So much history between these two teams, but it's the first time they're putting it between the white lines tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the test that we all want to see. Can Aliquippa, the 4A school, compete versus the 5A Penn Hills? I cannot wait to watch this matchup today.
It's going to be fun, and you know what we talked about? Aliquippa coming up in classification, being a 2A school in enrollment. We talked to Sean Patrick, head coach of Aliquippa, and he hit us with the saying that we're very familiar with in Steeler Nation. The standard is the standard.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take a look at our Giant Eagle players to watch. We'll start with the Aliquippa Quips and one of their do-it-all backs, and Harrison Walker.
I mean, look at him right here. Ball is late inside. He catches the ball, runs it all the way back. Should have scored, but either way, an explosive play right here. Then turns around. Watch him lined up at the point. Beautiful sail route to the corner. Nice hands catch. Doing it on both sides of the field. And then my favorite, special teams. You see him right here on the extra point attempt, getting the 2-point conversion. You love the versatility with Harrison.
It's going to be fun to watch him tonight, no matter where they line him up. All right, for the Penn Hills Indians, it's their do-it-all running back, Natel Mitchell.
Yes. When we talk about Natel, a guy that can play linebacker, you see him right here, showing nice vision and coverage, sinking, nice interception, and I love the run after. That's that running back side of him showing once he gets the ball in his hands, explosive play, points on the board. And then you see him in the backfield, watch the vision, watch the burst. Gets to the outside, one defender to beat. Love to see the speed right there, outrunning the guy for a touchdown. And then this is one of my favorites. Meet him in the hole. Woo, baby.
With the hit
Pad
stick.
level. I love to see that right there.
All right, now time for our Game Changers presented by St. Vincent College. Arts, how we going to win tonight?
Listen, special teams matter, and that is for both of these teams. You look at both of their games last week, special teams accounted for points. When they're talking about Penn Hills, they were able to get a double-digit lead because of their punt return team, and then also returning the kickoff for a touchdown, even though it got called back. And on the flip side, when you talk about Aliquippa, they allowed a punt return to happen due to an errant snap, touchdown on the board, but they also had multiple 2-point conversions. Now, when you're talking about the stars playing like stars, I'm talking about Aliquippa right here. We know that you're the 4A, the smaller school, but we also know that you are the team that's coming in with a lot of hype, a lot of college prospects on your team. This is the opportunity for those guys to show what they're really made of versus the 5A squad. And then tackling, this is for Penn Hills. If you watched Aliquippa last week, they had a tough time in terms of moving the ball, but they were able to make guys miss, and that was where you got the explosive plays in for Penn Hills. If they can make this, if they can tackle consistently, I think it's going to make it a lot tighter of a ball game for them tonight.
All right, it's Aliquippa, it's Penn Hills, two of the perennial powers in the WPIL, but we put it between the white lines for the first time in history when we come back on the Steelers High School Showcase here on KDKA+.
Steelers Style, presented by Neighborhood Ford Store, PNC, UPMC, and UPMC Health Plan. Watch our players, coaches, and special guests walk the runway to raise money for Steelers charities. Get your tickets at Steelers.com/SteelersStyle.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons.
Primary care sports medicine physicians.
Board-certified physical therapists.
A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
Nutrition.
Athletic training.
Sports performance.
Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 6 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
Whether you're watching from Canterbury Drive in Aliquippa or Seminar Court in Penn Hills or anywhere in between, welcome to the Steelers High School Showcase presented by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group. Let's go down to the third member of our crew. Let's go to Susie Cool.
Thanks, Matt. It's the first time ever the Aliquippa Quips and Penn Hills Indians are meeting under the lights on a Friday night. Quips head coach Fashawn Patrick said this week was business as usual for the Quips. He just wants his team to go out there and perform. Indians head coach Chuck Morris said there was a little added excitement at practice this week, and he admitted that if he was still playing, he'd be looking forward to taking on the Quips as well. But the excitement doesn't stop on the sidelines tonight. You can feel it in the air here at Yuhas-McGinley Stadium, because after all, it's a tale of two cross-county teams matching up in a non-conference game that has had this city buzzing all week long. Matt?
Thanks so much, Susie. Yeah, this has been a moment in the making. You know what? Back in the 4A classification, when there were just 4 classifications in the WPIL, this was a dream matchup, Arthur. This was fantasy, and now it's actually going to happen. Aliquippa, Penn Hills.
I mean, this is what you want to see. We obviously know the history, the rich history of Aliquippa football, both from a historical standpoint, but even a recency standpoint. But this is the test. This is where we get a chance to see, can the smaller classification that has been, beaten so many teams at their level and even above their level. Can they match up with a 5A like Penn Hills? I can't wait for this matchup today.
Aliquippa has won 27 straight regular season games. Their last loss dating all the way back to 2021, 1,106 days ago, September the 10th. They lost to Central Valley. Yeah, so it's been a long time since the Quips have put an L in the regular season. Of course, state championships under their belt, and of course 16 straight trips to the WPIAL championships, as the Quips will send it the way of the Indians, fielded at the 11-yard line, and we get whistles that blow the whole thing dead. And this has been a game in the making, and we're just going to have to wait a little longer before it actually gets kicked off.
Man, you know how that anticipation gets, man. We're all over here just chomping at the bit.
5-yard penalty and a re-kick.
And that re-kick gives us an opportunity to let you know that this is the Shell kickoff, the opening kickoff of tonight's ball game, with Aliquippa sending it the way of the Indians of Penn Hills. It will be Malachi Shagag having it teed up now at the 35-yard line because of the encroachment penalty.
Just a little overzealous. You know, it happens. It happens. Matchup like this, I mean, how can you hold yourself back, man?
Absolutely. Quips Indians here from the newly renovated Yuhas-McGinley Stadium. New turf over the summer, along with a light show we'll get to see. Fielded from the 25 and then tossed back across the 30, and then finally spun down. It is Martell Palmer, the senior, on the return, and we take a look at the Penn Hills starting offense. Devin Harris gets the nod as starting quarterback, but we're going to also see Jameer Ellis in at quarterback. He was very efficient. Then look at the offensive line. Jones, Price, Davis, Burnett, and Jones along that offensive front for the Indians.
Absolutely. I mean, when you talk about that offensive line, they do a good job of protecting, but also opening holes for Natel Mitchell. Obviously, a guy that we talked about earlier today.
So the pistol formation for the Indians, and it's Jameer Ellis in at quarterback. It's a little gamesmanship shown there by Coach. With Mitchell in the backfield, they go jet motion, and Natel gets the carry, and he bounces off of one tackler and rides another to the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at the Aliquippa starting lineup. This defense is real good, and one of the reasons, Khalil Good, that defensive secondary, along with Harrison Walker. Talked with him, and then how about this do-it-all sophomore and Larry Moon, big-time Division I recruit, a transfer from Central Catholic, but he's back at home at Aliquippa now.
Absolutely, a ton of scholarship offers. Every school in the nation is looking after this guy right here.
Option play, quarterback keeps for Jameer Ellis off the left side. He has the 49-yard line and a first down. The first down brought to you by Kelly Automotive, a Kelly Automotive first down.
I mean, thus far, it's seeming like Penn Hills is controlling the line of scrimmage a little bit better, and that's something that Aliquippa is going to need to adjust to if they want to keep Natel Mitchell along with Jameer Ellis from having a field day tonight.
Check with me in this near sideline. Aliquippa comes in undefeated, 2-0. Had their first game of the regular season canceled after the first quarter against Bell Vernon due to all that weather 2 weeks ago. Little option play. They dump it out into the flat, have an open receiver. It's Derek Selby, and Selby shakes off one. He's inside the 30-yard line. Another big play for the Indians as they take it deeper into Aliquippa territory to the 26.
That was an excellent job right there from Jameer Ellis. Obviously seeing the pressure, getting the ball out to the flat, and then a nice job right here. Look at the beautiful run after the catch. This is what you want to see, an explosive play by that Penn Hills offense, and now they are knocking on the door in scoring position.
Ellis, another check with me. Penn Hills, meanwhile, got their first win of the season last week against Fox Chapel. Dropped their first 3 games of the year. 2 of those losses in the Whippeal to Woodland Hills in North Allegheny. They hand it off here. Helmets go flying as Mitchell gets the carry, and it's a rugby scrum to the 23-yard line. They're still pushing it. A couple more helmets come off. Oh my goodness, it's getting physical down there, and chippy.
Listen, man, when you put Penn Hills in their rich history versus Aliquippa in their rich history, both of these programs have so much pride. Both of these programs pride themselves on physicality and ultimately being the toughest guy on the football field, and you're seeing it tonight.
Natel Mitchell, 5'10", 190-pound senior for the Indians. Mentioned that win over Fox Chapel. They got on the winning side of things.
Pretty impressive victory versus Fox Chapel as well.
Was a dominating performance.
54 points.
Jameer Ellis had 151 yards and 2 touchdowns and rushed for 102 and another touchdown. And this time the Quips had this one sniffed out.
Interesting response by Aliquippa right there, coming with the pressure. Early on, they've been allowing Penn Hills to kind of dictate the possession. But right here, you see Aliquippa coming with pressure off the edge, getting a negative play, and now you have Penn Hills behind the sticks on a critical third down.
That's Davion Taylor on the tackle. The junior comes up from the linebacker spot, or from the defensive end spot, I beg your pardon. 3rd down 10. Ball rests just outside of the 25-yard line. Opening drive of tonight's ball game. Penn Hills at Aliquippa, our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week here on KDKA+. Shotgun formation, back to pass is Ellis. Ellis looks over the middle, slanting pattern that is bobbled, and it is in the wrecking zone. I think Darrell Banks, the intended receiver, heard footsteps there and wasn't so sure if he wouldn't have catch that.
Yeah, I could definitely understand that, man. When you have this hard-hitting Aliquippa defense sitting across the middle like that, you have to be careful and keep your head on a swivel. But I like the protection, though, from Penn Hills. They did allow time from Jameer, and it was just one of those things where they couldn't execute the play, but good job by the Aliquippa defense, ultimately allowing this to be a field goal attempt versus it being a touchdown.
Angelo Boleno on for this field goal attempt, has the distance, and that kick is no good. No good, wide left. And Boleno comes up empty, so do the Indians. They move the ball, but can't come away with anything. Aliquippa's offense when we come back here on KDKA+.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things, so you have room to dream.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed Toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
And we welcome you back to Penn Hills. Aliquippa's first opportunity with the football. Got a little overzealous. They ran a 1-yard gain. It makes it 2nd down and 9 coming up at the 21-yard line. But our first look at the Aliquippa offense, and probably the biggest thing that's going to be missing is 23, Tyke Hayes, the do-it-all running back for the Quips that is already in the top 10 of the WPL in history in rushing.
I mean, extremely impressive player when you talk about Tyke Hayes. Absolutely, and that's a big reason why so many schools in the country want him for playing next week or next year on Saturdays.
Harrison Walker gets jet motion around the corner, but great containment by the Indian defense. That's Natel Mitchell coming in to make the stop. Let's take a look at that Aliquippa offense. Marquez Council at quarterback, and that means the sophomore Senior Brooks gets the nod, and he had a field day, 3 touchdowns in his starting debut last week in the win against Mars. And then the talent continues, and Gaskins and Walker along with Good, and that offensive line pretty good as well. And Starks, Humphrey, Fleckley, Wilcox, and that offensive line for the Quips. 3rd down 9 from the 21. Council moves Walker into the slot. Lower part of your screen. Back to pass. Council with time, tipped and incomplete. Nicely done there, as again, this time it's Jameer Ellis breaking up that pass, going to force a 3 and out. Well, as we take a look at the Penn Hills starting defense, Jelani Valentine, Burnett, and Bruckner on the line, along with Jones. The linebackers, Ellis, Mitchell, and Lindsey. Bonner, Porter, Marcus, and Banks, the defensive backs.
And speaking of Jay Ellis, nice job right there by him on that 3rd down play, getting the PBU.
Forces a 4th down. Aliquippa's Malachi Shagog to punt the football, and then a little bit of motion here from the Quips. Shagog puts it, boot into it, fielded from the 45-yard line. Takes it to the other 45, and now to the 35. A great return and a great hit out of bounds there. As for the Indians, Darrell Banks, the senior, on that return. We talked about Penn Hills and their slow start, lost to Susquehanna Township 36-30. Then they lost to Woodland Hills 26-6 in an abbreviated game, just played into the 3rd quarter, before losing to North Allegheny 18-14, and then bounced back. We talked about that 54-0 win over Fox Chapel. But I think the most impressive thing on that list, Moats, is the fact they lost to NA by just 4.
Absolutely. We all know what NA is and what they've been doing in the Whip Hill lately. So for them to compete with them to that extent, that's what makes this matchup tonight that much more intriguing.
Ellis in at quarterback. To his left is Natel Mitchell. He'll get the call off the right side. Mitchell tries to bounce it to the outside. Flags come flying in. Everybody's throwing a hanky. I think this one's coming back.
It's a strong possibility. There might have been a hold or two on this play. Jeez.
Check with the officials. Which hold will it be?
Holding, number 2 on the 10-yard penalty for the previous spot, remains 1st down.
All the Zebras wanted to get in on that action.
And I can't believe they called that one on Martell Palmer. Of all the people to call it on, why that guy?
Right. So it makes it 1st and 20. Big penalty there to get the great return. Aliquippa kind of feeling it against the ropes here early in this opening quarter. Moves them back. Ball resting at the 37. Mitchell is brought down to the backfield. Going to lose 2. And guess who it is? Davion Taylor. And these two bark at each other after the play.
Man, super impressed right there by Davion Taylor. Seeing it, trusting his eyes, and pulling the trigger. Man, explosive play in the backfield right here. Love that. Nice form tackle and good technique keeping the head up. I like the details. And, of course, he's fired up. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Yeah, Aliquippa, baby.
Like the officials, nothing, no more hankies thrown on that one. Obviously, a lot of anticipation and excitement around this one. Jameer Ellis looks to the near sideline. Option play that goes nowhere.
Looks like
Mitchell.
There was a little confusion back there.
Sure did. Joseph Work going to work for the Quip defense.
Hey, and this is going to be an intriguing part of the matchup early on. Penn Hills likes to spread you out offensively, and they run from the spread formation, whereas with Aliquippa, they're traditionally more fullback on the field, tight ends, trying to hit you more downhill. So we're going to see, is it more of a speed game or is it more of a power game today?
3rd and 31. Trips near side. Looking for signals from offensive coordinator Charles Bradley under head coach Charles Morris in his 3rd season. Talk more about him later. Leading his alma mater, back to pass is Ellis, steps up, throws, intercepted, picked off at the 35-yard line, and they got a convoy out there in front, but he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line on the interception. Carter Bonner, the sophomore, comes up with the INT.
Excellent job by Connor right there.
Quips hold again, and they'll get the ball when we come back on the Steelers Showcase here on KDK Plus.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The build. What is it that drives us to follow our dreams, to build them from scratch, from the heart? For us, it's the same ideals of hard work, craftsmanship, and unity that define our great nation. It begins with trusting in yourself and having a team behind you that believes any dream is possible, and that every project is a vision of what can be, of who you are, and the future that you continue to build. From our family to yours, 84 Lumber, where quality and pride come together, one dream at a time.
Hi, Hi, my name's Nathan Holmes, and I'm the owner of Three Rivers Grown. The way Three Rivers Grown works with local farms, we help them get their products to market. We have these farmers who are committed to growing the very best produce that they can, picked the day before and delivered to the store the next day. Giant Eagle's mission, beyond the relationship with local farms, they're also looking for us to help source the best quality stuff. I'm Nathan Holmes, and this is my Giant Eagle.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, by GBU Life, by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, by Giant Eagle, grocery shopping made easy. Legends of Aliquippa, Ditka, Revis, Ty Law, 3 NFL Hall of Famers, and of course, in the Hall, they are enshrined forever. Legends around the Aliquippa program and have the most out of any high school in the country. They have the most Pro Football Hall of Famers at the home of the Quips.
So impressive when you talk about that rich history. Obviously, we know the amount of Hall of Famers that come from this one school, a school that we're talking about playing up a couple of divisions.
Yes.
But the talent is undeniable.
And now the offense, their second time out. After a 3-and-out, they go pro style and hand it off to Brooks. First carry of the night. And Brooks picks his way to the 49 with a flag down. That interception by Aliquippa, Clester Longmire came away with that interception. Want to give the junior credit.
Excellent job by him, too, dropping into coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, and ultimately high-pointing that football. Explosive play by the defense, obviously getting the Quips the ball back on offense now.
Second down, 7. Now in Penn Hills territory for the first time this evening. And I guess in history. Really. Walker in motion, in that jet motion. It's Harrison Walker trying to get the corner. He cannot. Penn Hills denies.
Excellent job by Penn Hills setting the edge right there. You talk about the speed and the playmakers on Aliquippa, but for Penn Hills, the physicality has to continue to show. And you see it right there in the trenches.
Donovan
Nice,
Burnett.
nice play right there by Donovan Burnett, one of the leaders of this team as well.
Big time stop there that makes it 3rd down and 9 for the Quips.
And this is what you want for Penn Hills. 3rd and long situations where you force the Quips to have to sit back and throw the ball versus the 3rd and short where they're able to ride that nice backfield that they have.
Aliquippa, easy win, 49-17 last week against Mars. It's close for a while, and Quips' second half turned it on. And this is a design run play as Marquez Council. And he goes down hard, and a flag comes flying in right after it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he came in there and hit him while he was sliding, so we will see. But I like the design call.
Yeah.
Took a shot right at the end. I think that was Natel Mitchell providing the hit as well. But good to see the young guy, Marquise Council, up on his feet, getting ready to come back in.
Dead ball foul. Perfect foul. Number 1 on the defense. 15-yard penalty will result in a 1st down.
Yeah, you obviously want to be the guy to make the stops, but you don't want to be the guy to cost your team 15.
And when you're talking about playing against an Aliquippa team, you do not want to allow them to have free yardage. And this is what this is right here. Explosive plays, they are able to do that, but you don't need to help them by having the self-inflicted wounds right here, which we just saw by the Penn Hills defense.
Looks like Wildcat time for the Quips. Council's coming back out there. And they'll go under center. And they're gonna get Longmire here for a false start penalty because he made a movement
on the offense
towards the line of scrimmage.
And he just ran a 20-yard gasser. A nice little 20-yard gasser to punish himself, man. You love that right there, man, to be young again. Now let me come back here and play this next snap.
Just don't make that a rule apply up here in the booth.
Seriously.
You're going to be calling the game alone real quick.
Now, I wonder, is Aliquippa going to decide to get a little bit more aggressive since this is their first time being in this type of position on the field?
Yep, from the 35-yard line. Play action, they are going to test it, and they do, and they got it. His man, a little stop-and-go move from Tavion Taylor. It is an Aliquippa 1st down, brought to you by Kelly Automotive.
Man, that is a really nice job right there by Marquis Council. Obviously showing off the play action. Excellent job with the hand fake, and then delivering a nice catchable ball to Taylor. Taylor making a man miss, picking up a nice 1st down, and now they have the Quips knocking on the door for scores.
Can't fault the guy for thinking that he's going to go out of bounds there. Darrell Banks in coverage. Tight set. Back to the ground game in Brooks. And inside with a flag down. Nope, that was the helmet. He is now inside the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone.
And this is going to be the interesting part also for the Quips. Are they able to control the line of scrimmage and be the physical team that is able to lean on Senior Brooks? Or are they going to have to resort to more of that passing attack, which we just saw them have an explosive play off of?
Brooks, a transfer from Pittsburgh Central Catholic, where last year he ran for 164 yards and 1 touchdown on 28 carries before he had an injury in the 3rd game of the season that ended his season. But he's back to Aliquippa, where he played junior high football before transferring to Central. And here he is, just the effort from 24, Senior Brooks.
Man, such a tough guy to bring down. You think you're getting a break because there's no Tyke Hayes tonight, but when you have a Senior Brooks as the guy that steps up, next man up, you see what he's also capable of. Making a defender miss in the backfield, 1 defender, 2 defender, 3 defender, just falling short of a touchdown. But here we go, pivotal 3rd and 1. It looks like we got a little.
We got ball, yeah, we got a fumble, and we got a recovery by Penn Hills, and here come the Indians. It's Jameer Ellis. Ellis returning it all the way to the 36-yard line. We will check the flag, and this is going to be interesting to sort out. We have a Quip down.
And it looks like that's Justice Starks that's down, number 52.
Let's go to the Zebras, sort this thing out.
Illegal motion against the offense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Fumble stands, Penn Hills football, and let's see how this happened.
I mean, they tried to go QB sneak is what it looks like. Nice rugby scrum here. I can't see who pulled it out, but excellent job right there by Jay Ellis, picking it up and doing a nice job of getting in some good field position for the Penn Hills offense after the turnover. And I like the effort right there by Justice Starks, the big man that was down, one of the Quip's big, reliable offense and defensive linemen.
We've seen some exciting plays, just no points yet between these two. 27 seconds left in our opening quarter. And the Indians going to get the ball back. And as the officials are still trying to convince LaShawn Patrick it was a fumble, and I don't think they're ever going to do it.
I mean, you know how that is. That's a tough one. Unless we're going to get an extra special replay, I don't know how this is going to work, man.
I don't know if we can or not, but I would like to see it again if we can. I think just to give it an opportunity to see.
Did he break the plane?
Yes.
When did the fumble happen? I mean, maybe an end zone copy. I'm not sure. It's one of those nights, man.
LaShawn Patrick in his 16th year as a coach at Aliquippa. Let's see, from this angle, it might have to be a better.
Let's see. I see the QB with the ball.
Yep.
2 hands on it.
Yep. Forward progress. Oh.
That looks like touchdown.
He's in the end zone.
Whoa.
Oh, brother.
That's, wow. I can understand why Coach Patrick is pleading his case, because from our perspective, it looks like that ball broke the plane prior to the fumble happening.
I'm with you. If Bashan had a red hanky in his pocket,
man.
But that's not the way high school football works, and it's an impossible to get every call right, and PIAA officials do a tremendous job week in and week out. But the reality is, we're all imperfect in that way, and sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, and unfortunately they got that one wrong. But Penn Hills going to get a break, and as typically football goes, as you well know, normally things balance out one way or the other.
Absolutely. And that's why you play the game over 4 quarters. It's not a one-play win or lose.
Yeah.
You have 4 quarters multiple times to overcome adversity, and that is what the Quips are going to try to do. But think about it. Penn Hills also had to overcome adversity. They had the first turnover.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to get this play off or not after that loss of 4. And they are not. So that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. Penn Hills, Aliquippa square after 1 round. We're going to battle in round number 2. It's the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group right here on KDK+.
Macero Corporation has been a commercial general contractor in Pittsburgh since 1967. But did you know that we also have an agency construction management firm? Macero Construction Management Services can be your advocate when building or renovating your new school. If you're a school superintendent, business manager, or a school board member and have a new construction project on the horizon, Macero CMS can provide you with the complete construction management services you need for a successful project delivered safely, on time, and on budget. Visit macerocg.com for more information.
By having real clients and producing real campaigns, at La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
The students at La Roche that are using applied learning completely nailed my business and delivered me something that I am going to be able to use in real time.
It was a really nice experience to actually see how the establishment functions, being able to actually work with real people, real community partners, instead of something that was hypothetical.
Want to get gear direct from the team? Shop all things black and gold at the official Steelers Pro Shop located at Acrisure Stadium. Get the latest sideline apparel and hats, jerseys of your favorite players, authentic memorabilia, custom gear, and exclusives you can only find here. Don't forget, you aren't game day ready without a terrible towel. The Steelers Pro Shop has everything you need to be part of the legendary Steelers Nation. Come experience the Acrisure Stadium shopping environment or shop online at shop.steelers.com.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her, a new baseball team for him, and for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and I need you. I need you every single way, and it's love. It's love. It's love. It's la 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 la. It's love. It's love. It's love.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
Welcome back, everybody, to KDKA Plus and Yuhas-McGinley Stadium here in Penn Hills. Penn Hills and Aliquippa scoreless going into the second quarter. I'm Susie Cole, and right now I am so happy to be joined by Steeler safety Terrell Edmonds. Terrell, you have been to one of these games under the lights on a Friday night in Pittsburgh before, but what were the vibes as you came into the stadium today?
Man, the vibes were amazing. Energy from both teams, especially when I was out there at the coin toss. You could just tell that everybody's just hungry. Everybody wanted to go out there and win, and you can see that tonight. That's why it's a 0-0 game right now. A lot of big plays being made on both sides, an interception, a fumble recovery in the end zone. It's just a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. How do Friday nights in the Berg compare to Friday nights under the lights at Dan River High School in Virginia for you?
Man, Dan River, you already know I'm a Wildcat through and through, but being out here in Pittsburgh is just nothing but love. Seeing the student sections, it just brings back memories. And every time I come out to a Friday Night Lights, it's just amazing. I love the energy of the crowds, the cheerleaders, the student sections. It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned how you love the energy whenever you walk into this stadium. Do you instantly feel the community here in Pittsburgh from both sides?
I do, because I go and talk to both teams before and after the game, and during the middle I talk to the fans, and you just get love from everybody. So you know that the community is there, you know that the people are for you. They love the Steelers. Everybody is the biggest Steelers fan in the world, so you just feel it everywhere.
If you could go back and tell young Terrell Edmonds one thing during his high school career, what would you tell him?
Man, stay a Steeler as long as you can. I'm just blessed to be back. Blessed to have this opportunity to come back and be a Steeler again, and I'm just excited.
Thank you so much, Terrell. Matt, Arthur.
Thanks so much, Susie, and thanks to Terrell Edmonds in the building tonight.
Always good to see Edmonds back, man. Missed him when he was gone,
yes,
but it's good to see him back in that black and gold, baby.
I love that Susie went to tell me about your, one thing you tell youthful Terrell Edmonds, and he said, stay a Steeler.
Hey, stay a Steeler, man. That's it.
not too youthful.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
It was back in time. That's too great. Fourth down, you saw on your screen a defensive clinic put on by the Quips on this drive.
Absolutely. You talk about responding to adversity. Obviously, you give up the fumble, and, Penn Hills has a nice return on it. But to see Aliquippa respond with multiple negative plays defensively in terms of a sack,
please
nice tackles on the perimeter.
Clock to 10 minutes and 30 seconds. 1-0-3-0.
And here's that critical third down. You see the pressure off the edge, multiple Quip defenders in the backfield. And then right there, man, beautiful job by Tekoa Gilbert to finish the play off. I thought that he had that fumble for a second.
I'm with you. That was a pretty close one as well. And, you talked about the adversity for Aliquippa. Sean Patrick didn't know he was going to be head coach until mid-July when then head coach Mike Warfield decided to take a leave of absence. He won 3 state titles in 6 years. Mike Warfield was 74-6 in 6 seasons as the head coach of the Quips. He takes a leave of absence, and that steps in Sean Patrick, who had been an assistant coach for 16 years. He's a 2000 graduate of Aliquippa, played at Kent State, and he takes over. But, he said he doesn't even feel like the interim head coach right now. He said, I'm just the head coach of Aliquippa right now.
Well, I love his mindset and perspective on the situation. He doesn't take it for granted. And because he's a guy that has been a part of this program for so long, he understands the tradition. He understands the history. You heard him talk in our interview when he was speaking about how Aliquippa football starts in the Pop Warner level.
Yes.
And how those coaches are teaching them the same thing that they're going to learn when they get to the high school level. So when you talk about it being a part of that culture, Coach Patrick is definitely the perfect guy to take over.
And he started in 2007 with the youth football program before Mike Smianik, then head coach, brought him into the high school level. As we take a look at Aliquippa's record, 2-0. Bell Vernon game canceled due to rain, and then they win against Avonworth. They were down 14-0 in that game, Mozi. And then the Quips responded 46-20. They started cheering overrated to Tyke Hayes.
Bad idea. Bad idea. But that is the interesting storyline with the Quips this season. They have started a little bit slow past couple of games. No points in the first quarter. You talk about last week, they obviously ended the game with an explosive victory, but it was a one-score game going into halftime.
Illegal
So when you talk about the
formation
Quips,
on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
so legal formation moves them back 5 here.
Once again, Joel Hollis, please report to the press
That
box.
helicopter is James Franklin has left the building.
He saw what he needed to see.
He did.
Got in and got out.
Got a couple guys here he's looking at. Of course, Tyke Hayes is already committed, but a couple more on both sides of the coin he's interested in seeing. He's going to head to another game here in Western Pennsylvania. Of course, I think Associate Head Coach Terry Smith, Whippeal guy, former head coach of the Gateway Gators. There they go. I think they're going to come back and pick you up to leave tonight.
Oh, no, man. I'm a land creature. I don't need to be in the air like that. I will gladly drive home.
Fair enough.
But that's got to be such a surreal feeling for these kids out here, man, to see a big-time college football head coach down at your game. Even if you're not on their scouting report just yet, it gives you an opportunity to get some exposure against some of those guys.
Pitch right side, Brooks with a flag down. Brooks breaks a tackle, gets it to the 40-yard line, but we're going to check Yellow Yankees, who have been probably the star of the show right now. They've stolen most of this first half at least.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the case, but early on in the season, you kind of run into this, man, when you're talking conditioning, guys getting used to playing at this level.
88 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, made second down.
It's probably been the biggest thing that Aliquippa has struggled with in years, and they've been able to overcome it with, doesn't matter how far behind the sticks you get, they're able to come away with the play that gets them the first downs. But you don't want to set yourself up in tough territory, and that's exactly where they are right now with the ball resting at the 23-yard line. It's going to make it second and 22.
And this is exactly what Penn Hills wants.
Screen pass set up to Harrison Walker, who makes the catch, but an immediate tackle as Jameer Ellis slides in to make that stop.
Jay Ellis is playing quarterback, and he's over here making multiple tackles. You love to see the versatility from him. Nice job getting that tackle on the perimeter and not allowing an explosive play. And now you have 3rd and 22 for that Quips offense.
Brings up 3rd down and 21 for the Quips. 8:15 to play here in our second quarter. No score. Quips in 4A. Indians in 5. And we get a timeout taken by Bashawn Patrick and the Quips. And we'll burn one with them. Steelers High School Showcase rolls on KDKA Plus after this. No score.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
College isn't for everyone. But from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having 0 student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
I'm Albert Lynn. I'm Chief of Shoulder Surgery at UPMC. I chose orthopedics because we have a chance of making really positive impacts on people's lives to get people back to whatever it is they want to do, whether that's their job, whether it's sports, whether it's just raising their hands so that they can put on their shirt. Everything that we do is driven towards improving patient care and patient outcome. World-renowned care, world-renowned surgery, world-renowned experts in everything. That is really what sets UPMC apart.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Macero Construction, by Herc Rentals, by Kelly Automotive, by LaRoche University. Be your authentic self. Penn Hills student section getting into it. Getting rowdy here at Penn Hills in our Steelers showcase with Arthur Moats and Susie Cole. Matt Fargo with you as we have second quarter action. No score between the Quips and the Indians. Aliquippa faced with a 3rd and 21. Council back to pass, scrambles to his right, looks downfield, doesn't have anything available, and just runs out of bounds into a hug from a teammate.
Really good job right there by Penn Hills. You obviously get Aliquippa into a 3rd and extremely long situation where now the run game is not as prevalent. And from there, excellent job in coverage. Marcus Council has nowhere to go, and ultimately, you're putting them in a situation where now they have to punt the ball.
Punt unit out again for the Quips. Malachi Shagog. Do this flip of the formation. 4th down at 15. On the hop. Fielded from the 35. Darrell Banks trying to juke and jive his way over the 40. For the first time, JRM Sports going to check in with another WPIL game live in action. It is 26-0. Elizabeth Forward, who is 1-3 coming into tonight against 0-4 Baldwin, and the John DeMarco led Elizabeth Forward Warriors, not to be confused with PPG Paints Arena's John DeMarco. Different John DeMarcos. But the Warriors getting it done right now at Baldwin.
Yeah, they are definitely getting after it, man. Impressive start to this game. 26-0. Whew, 6 minutes left in the half.
JRM Sports, they're everywhere.
I love it, love it, love it.
We got a closer ball game at hand here as Mitchell gets the call and Natel Mitchell
and we
picks
have another
up 8.
Flag. I mean, right now, like, I'm with you, man. Every play that we've seen, this explosive play, has come back in some capacity for some type of flag, man.
And it's hard for offenses to get some gel together.
Yeah, I mean, your rhythm is very thrown off.
Goes to the old saying, holding on every play.
That's what it looks like, holding or false start. I mean, when you have two teams like this that are coming in here that are very excited and amped up for this matchup, this kind of happens. You know, you're dealing with some of the nerves, you're dealing with some of the, you're pressing a little bit too much, and I'm waiting to see which team will settle in first, because that's when we'll start to see a little bit more rhythm come into the performance.
Yeah, and is it rhythm or is it a big play that delivers that? That's the question. 7:10 to play, first half. Throwing on the slant pattern in some traffic. That was a tight and tinted window. He was trying to fit that one in. It goes incomplete. Selby, the intended receiver.
Yeah, I like the intent in terms of trying to throw it, but I don't like them testing Khalil Good. Obviously, him at that second, at the safety position, that too high look. He's reading the quarterback, makes an excellent break on the ball, forces the PBU, and that's what you want to see.
Second down, 15, ball at the 36-yard line, 7:05 to play. As Ellis gets to play here from the sideline. Full wide receiver set. Designed quarterback run for Ellis. And he'll lower his shoulder, and Ellis has a 50-yard line and just shy of the first down, and there's a flag. I was just about to say.
I was like, no flag, no flag. Nope, it's a flag. This looks like a dead ball, maybe something after the play was said. We will find out, though.
Dead ball foul, personal foul, number 15 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, result in a first down.
Both teams have had some killers on that. Penn Hills kind of ended up leading to the Quips getting down to the goal line there and having the touchdown that wasn't. Let's see what happens here for the Indians. The trickeration there as they flip the formation, go empty set. Mitchell in the Wildcat. And the Quips weren't fooled, but Mitchell kind of slipped away there.
Still was able to pick up about 4 yards, 3-4 yards on that play, man. So once again, man, when you're talking about what Penn Hills is doing, they're spreading out the Quips, but they're doing it and still being able to have that effective downhill run via the quarterback, or in that case where we have the Wildcat option right there. But once again, you see them spreading them out, making sure the Quips aren't able to be as physical as they would like to.
Looks here to the near sideline to check with me. Head coach Charles Morris in his third season, and they hand it off. Mitchell has nowhere to go, planted. Takoa Gilbert again on the scene for the Quips.
Absolutely, and once again, whenever the Quips feel like they're not able to get a negative play, they call pressure, and right there they did, and Takoa was the extra defender, made the nice tackle for a loss. And now you have Penn Hills in that 3rd and long situation. The Quips have to be excited about this opportunity.
3rd and 7. Quips show pressure, and now, once again, that no huddle, but it's not a fast-paced no huddle from the Indians. They just go to the line of
Potentially
scrimmage.
watch that guy coming in pressure.
And there it comes. The pressure swarms, and the Quips get another. And I believe it was Clester Longmire, the first one there, and then help arrived.
You love to see it. Once again, whenever the Quips feel like they need to get a positive play on defense, they bring pressure from inside and from the perimeter. This is what you love to see right here. And now you put Penn Hills out of field goal range and force them to punt. This is what you want to see if you're the Quips. Weather this early storm, the early jitters, and now give yourself a chance to make a play.
The defenses have been electric to watch in this first half. Valeno to punt, and it rolls out of bounds. This is a great punt out around the 11-yard line. Aliquippa offense will try to break the deadlock when we come back on the Steelers Showcase here on KDKA+. Don't go anywhere.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GB Life. What does it do? It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends. What's so great about that? My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GB Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more. Oh. You might be interested in a GB Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Fall is in the air at Pittsburgh's premier outdoor shopping, dining, and play destination, the Waterfront. Find fall weather gear at retailers like Old Navy, DSW, and Rally House. Dine at family-friendly restaurants like Primanti Brothers, Shorty's Tap and Taco, and more. Experience indoor playtime at Dave & Buster's, Urban Air, and more. Speaking of play, the Waterfront is a proud sponsor of this Steel City High School football broadcast and happy to support WPIAL football across our region. Visit us at waterfrontpgh.com for more information.
You've got dreams, might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, Check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, by the Waterfront, by 2 Men and a Junk Truck Pittsburgh, by Panera Bread. Penn Hills cheerleaders cheering on their Indians tonight in front of the home fans.
Love the excitement of Friday Night Lights, man. You get in the cheerleaders. Obviously, we saw the student section earlier. The nostalgia.
Oh, man. They're a part of it. They're a part of the experience. If you don't have everybody, you're not going to have the same atmosphere. As Brooks gets this call, and there has not been much room available for running games on either side tonight.
Yeah, really good job by both of these defensive fronts. Penn Hills right there doing a really good job, not allowing any type of movement. And 58, beautiful job tackling Senior Brooks one-on-one in the hole. That is very, very impressive.
Talking about Brooks, just a sophomore, but high expectations. People are thinking, oh, Tyke Hayes is a senior. You know, he's going to be gone next year. Aliquippa always has a running back in the stable.
I mean, already having multiple college offers on the table for him as well.
How about this Penn Hills defensive front, though? They have feasted.
And once again, you see Jay Ellis leading the charge defensively. You think he's a quarterback. No, this guy is an athlete. I mean, you see him getting downhill right there. Beautiful job. Going low, wrapping him up. Big-time tackle for loss. And once again, you have the Quips in 3rd and long. This is not what you want if you're the Quips offensively, but for Penn Hills from a defensive standpoint, you couldn't ask for a better start.
No, and now Aliquippa has to worry about that goal line behind them. Starting to get close to the shadow of the goalpost. 3rd and 12, shotgun time for Council. Have a late guy running onto the formation. And a flag is going to be thrown, and it's going to be a delay game on Aliquippa.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 3rd down.
Once again, it looks like for both teams they need to settle in, but for the Quips, this is a little bit uncharacteristic for them, man, in terms of so much of the sloppiness early on. But we'll see how long it takes for them to kind of get settled in. But it's 3 minutes left in this second quarter right now.
I was about to say.
They're running out of time in terms of that part, man. We'll be at halftime before you know it.
Right. It does seem like this game has had a little bit of both teams, the jitters to it. The yips, if you will. Brooks moves from the left of Council to the right. Standing from their own end zone, back to pass, throwing in, incomplete, broken up. Natel Mitchell on the coverage. And they were trying to find Davion Taylor for the Quips. It's 4th down, and Quips need a good punt here.
And this would be interesting as well because we talked about how last week special teams played a role in both of these teams. When you talk about Aliquippa, they allowed a touchdown due to an errant snap on a punt, backed up just like this. And on the flip side for Penn Hills, they were able to score multiple points on their punt return unit via forcing the errant snap and forcing the safety. So this should be intriguing with it being a backed up punt.
Punt unit is out. Shagog standing in the back of his own end zone, and he'll get it away. Not a great punt. There's a flag down and fielded from the 39-yard line and weaving away. Trying to juke it, jive his Banks, and finally, a bunch of white jerseys arrive. Let's check the penalty. It has been a flag-filled Friday night.
I was going to say, I wonder where's the count on how many flags have been thrown in this first half, man.
I have to check with our stat master at halftime,
Illegal
Nate Marco,
formation
tonight.
on the kicking team. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat 4th
They're
out.
going to re-kick.
Now, it'd be interesting from a philosophy standpoint. Does Penn Hills try to return, or do they bring pressure, knowing that they're also going to have a little bit less real estate back there with the penalty?
And you know what? Going back to this, Moats, I think it's kind of funny. This game started with a flag on the kickoff.
Absolutely. Before the game even started, you had a flag. Little foreshadowing of the night.
It really was. 4th down, 16. 2:38 to play here in the second. Shell halftime show coming up at the end of this first half. Shagog punts it away. It's going to take a couple bounces, fielded from the 34-yard line. Great field position for Penn Hills. That was Banks on the return, and we'll come back with Penn Hills offense here on KDKA Plus.
By the time this Steelers fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Steelers watching. Better with Pepsi.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft-serving shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
I'm attorney Edgar Snyder. For over 40 years, you've watched me do my signature point on TV. But who am I pointing at?
He's pointing at someone who's been hurt in an accident.
Someone overwhelmed with paperwork.
Someone struggling with bills.
Someone who can't get answers.
Someone who can't get justice.
I'm pointing at my community, my neighbors, and letting them know we're here to help. So remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada, and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Aerial coverage tonight presented by GBU Life. GBU Life, protect what matters now. Welcome back to Penn Hills, Yuhas-McGinley Stadium. Motzi check with our statistician, Nate Marco. He says 9 penalties between these two. 6 for the Quips, 3 for the Indians.
I mean, and we wonder why there haven't been a lot of rhythm on either side of the ball. 9 penalties would do that to you, man.
Sure
Absolutely.
Getting another look at that Natel Mitchell carry. Walker and Starks on the tackle. 2nd down and 7.
And it looks like Aliquippa is daring Penn Hills to really test the receivers or test their corners, because there are not a lot of safeties in the middle of this field.
Going near side. Something simple to the near side. It is completed to Carter Bonner. The sophomore makes the reception.
And Carter Bonner is a really impressive player for Penn Hills. A guy that can definitely take the top off of a defense, but been a little quiet tonight so far.
As Penn Hills enters the Allegiant Federal Community Credit Union red zone.
And once again, you see Aliquippa with no safeties in the middle of the field. So, be interesting to see if Penn Hills takes advantage of that from a passing perspective.
Maybe something over the middle here. No, it's a run play. It's shaking off one with a flag down. It's Ellis. Ellis is into the end zone. There is a flag down, and we will check this, but as tonight has shown, I have a feeling this isn't going to count.
Holding, number 53 on the offense. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
Unfortunate break right there for the young guy, Jaden Jones. They called the holding penalty on him and ultimately negating an explosive play by the Penn Hills offense and taking points off of the board.
3 wide receivers, top of your screen. 5 wide receivers set. They got Natel Mitchell in the slot to the bottom of your screen. And I think we're going to get a timeout.
Dead ball foul. Delay game.
Nope.
Yard penalty remains third down.
No, it's just another penalty.
Of course, we had to get double-digit penalties before we got out of the first half. You know that.
Yeah, we're at 11 now.
We're just getting all the penalties out the way now.
Should be at 1-0-6. 1-0-6.
Get all the penalties out now. Second half will be smooth.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Speak it into existence there, Arthur. All right, so now Devin Harris is into the game at quarterback. Something to keep an eye out on, and he'll hand it off to Mitchell, who picks up 3 inside the 30.
Number 1, Natel Mitchell. On the carry, tackled by 0, Fleister Longmire.
And that was an impressive tackle by Longmire right there. One-on-one in the hole. We know Natel Mitchell has made a ton of guys miss one-on-one and has been able to deliver a lot of explosive plays. But right there for the Quips defense, minimizing the explosive run. And now we'll see if the Penn Hills, Indians can make this long field goal.
Angelo Bellino missed one earlier tonight. This one from 43. Just got it off. We're going left, and they're going to throw a flag. And is this going to be roughing the kicker? This would keep the drive alive.
Personal foul against the defense. Roughing the kicker, roughing the holder. The ball was not tipped. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Quips hold, and then they're going to have to go right back out of there because of this.
I mean, that's a tough break right there.
Where?
That is a tough break right there.
Correction,
Man.
the penalty will be marched half the distance
Can
to
we
the goal.
see this again?
It was snapped inside
I
the
don't even
30-yard
know
line.
if a Quip player.
That's, ooh.
There's the holder. Oh, man.
Wow. Oh, wow. Hey, man, it's one of those things, man. Adversity happens if you're the Quips on defense.
Oh, man.
Hey, next play. It's time to make a stop right here because sometimes that's how it is. But for Penn Hills, this is a great opportunity. Are you going to capitalize on it? Let's find out.
Here comes pressure. There's another flag. Blown dead. Penalty 13 of the half.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
We got to check with the stat guy to see what's the official record for penalties in a half. We got to be coming up on it, right? We got to be coming up on it.
To be honest with you, I'm a little surprised. It feels like more than 13.
Maybe that's what was accepted.
Yeah. Well, Ellis in at quarterback has an offer from Central State University in Ohio, as does teammates Darrell Banks and Martell Palmer. And Arthur, you're never going to guess. There's another penalty.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
I love it. I love it. It's the season of giving. They said, here, we'll give you 5. Here, we'll take that 5 back. All right, no worries, no worries.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, they wanted a little closer. First and 10 from the 14 if you're keeping up with us here. Empty set. Designed quarterback run for Ellis, and Ellis tries to get to the corner, and Walker's there. Emerson Walker wraps him up. And can we get through this sequence here? I think we're good.
10 seconds
Timeout,
left following the
Penn
timeout.
Hills.
So we'll see how aggressive Penn Hills wants to be. Do they just take the points, which what they were trying to do early on before the penalty, or do they try to get a little aggressive and run one more play?
Obviously, they have faith in their kicker Angelo Bellino has missed one tonight and then had missed another one, and then the
roughing the kicker and the holder. Don't forget the holder. He said both
of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't see either of them.
Well, in all seriousness, it's a lot easier for us up here. You know, we get the benefit of replays.
Absolutely, yeah.
Multiple camera angles. For those guys, they're making a judgment call right in the moment. And it is not easy. I mean, the game is fast for anybody down there. So you kind of give them a little bit of grace. But, man, that definitely hurts if you're a Quips fan.
How about a score update for you that will excite some people? How about the Norwin Knights 14, North Allegheny 8 at the end of the first quarter?
Ooh, okay. I see your Norwin.
The Knights,
making some noise. Making some noise.
They could get into the 6A championship. They play at home.
Yeah.
6A title games at Norwin.
Can't go wrong with that.
That'd be crazy. Second down, 7. They could pick up a first down here. Ball sits at the 11.
10 seconds on the clock. You have to be cautious, though. One timeout remaining for Penn Hills, so you still take a shot in the middle of the field if you wanted to.
Ellis, empty set, and a timeout. Timeout, Aliquippa.
Time, Aliquippa.
Aliquippa and Penn Hills knotted up at 0, and we'll take a look at the Post-Gazette 5A power rankings. You will not see the Penn Hills Indians in it at 1 and 3, but boy, is 5A a gauntlet. Peters Township at 1, Pine Richland 3-0, Upper St. Clair 4-0, Bethel Park 4-0, and I think you like your number 5.
Go Lions. Let's go Lions. South Fayette's in the building, baby.
They are kind of the surprise team, I think, in 5A. Take a look at 4A. You'll never guess who's at the top of it.
Oh, man, I never heard of this Aliquippa team. Huh. Obviously, Montour sitting at 3-0, the number 2 ranked team. Thomas Jefferson at 4-0 at 3. Of course, you have McKeesport at the 4 spot with the 1-3 record, and Bell Vernon bringing in that 5th spot at 1-1 with the nice matchup tonight versus South Fayette as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one on the beach at Bell Vernon. How about Montour 3-0? Trey Hopper comes in, a senior quarterback, weighted behind Jake Wolf, who's now at Robert Morris University.
Absolutely.
And he's slinging the ball.
Absolutely. And they have a very talented playmaker over there by the name of Daniel Batch also.
Fade route, end zone, caught for a touchdown. Touchdown is called. Indians on the board. And this one, we're going to have to see this one again.
You talk about Carter Bonner. We said that's the receiver playmaker that can make the most plays for Penn Hills. You see him one-on-one versus Larry Moon, the all-world sophomore cornerback. But Carter Bonner saying, I am not afraid of you. I don't care what they say. I'm going up and making a play today. And now Penn Hills has the lead right before halftime.
Bellino, the extra point is good. 5 seconds to play. Lights are going off here at Penn Hills. Let's take another look at it as Ellis delivers. A little jockeying there, pushing and shoving there at the end, but a toe-tapping gem. That might have been good at any level.
I was going to say, that's good on Sundays, baby. Nice job with the toe tap. An excellent job throwing it into the bucket by Jay Ellis. And Carter Bonner going up. High point in the football. He's also a kid with multiple scholarship offers out here as well, letting you know that, hey, he's not to be forgotten about.
You know, I think of all the penalties that weren't called, there's some hand checking on that one.
Oh, yeah. But nice job by Penn Hills being able to take advantage of the Aliquippa mistakes. Aliquippa has had multiple self-inflicted issues, and that ultimately allowed Penn Hills to sustain their drive. Remember, they're off the field on a missed field goal with 18 seconds left, but you get the run into the kicker / holder call, another penalty, and now Penn Hills is up 7-0.
So Aliquippa with 5 seconds left, I would imagine Penn Hills isn't going to give one of their big-time returners an opportunity here.
And they will put this one out of bounds. That's how much they didn't want it.
For another penalty. Love to see it.
If any sponsors interested in sponsoring the flags, they would have a fun night.
Oh, man, you get all the promotion tonight.
Right. I thought
this flag is brought to you by.
Right, Flag Day, not in September, right?
Kick out of bounds against Penn Hills. Aliquippa has elected to take the ball at the 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, got to pick it back up. 1st and 10 for the Quips, keeps the clock at 5 seconds. Penn Hills scores on the touchdown pass. Ellis hooks up with Barner. And it looks like the Quips are going to take this to the break. Down to one knee is Council. And that ends a very interesting first half of play that has the Indians of Penn Hills leading Aliquippa 7-0. Going into the locker room. Coming up, the Shell halftime show. And there's going to certainly be chalk talk at both locker rooms. This is what I enjoy the most. And Susie Cool is going to get a chance to catch up with Charles Morris down on the sideline. Let's go down to her now.
Thanks, Matt. Coach Morris, 15 penalties in that first half of play. Where is that affecting momentum the most right now?
It's setting us behind in the down, so we're always 1st and 15, 2nd and 15, so we're behind the sticks. So then it changes up your play call. We got to be cleaner and more efficient offensively for sure.
Aliquippa bringing the pressure on defense. Carter Bonner finding his way around it, giving you guys that go-ahead touchdown going into the half. But where do you guys need to continue to push past that pressure offensively?
We just got to clean up some of our protection, get ahead on 1st and 2nd down, so then now we're not predictable, so where they get just tee off on the offensive lineman. But I like the way our defense is playing. They're tackling, they're flying to the football. We just got to clean up some things offensively, and we'll be good in the second half.
Thanks so much, Coach. Matt, Arthur.
Thanks so much, Susie. We'll talk to you in a minute for the Shell halftime show. But at the break, it's the Indians of Penn Hills leading the Quips of Aliquippa 7-0 in our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. All presented to you by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group. Keep it locked here to KDK Plus, our halftime show on the back half of this break.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Hi folks, welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Honor Museum.
Thanks. They really wore that back then, Grandpa?
Yeah, they really did.
Playing back then was tough, believe me.
Now this is the best era. Nobody could beat that dynasty.
I couldn't agree more. Those teams were unstoppable.
Now, I don't know about that,
But the team was really good in the 90s.
Come on, you couldn't catch those teams of the 2000s. They went the distance, literally.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
The 70s are definitely the
No
best.
way. The 2000s, hands down.
Whoa, guys, stop fighting. I think every era was pretty sweet.
You said it, kid. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I hope to see you back here soon.
Wait, you're T?
Seems like a nice spot.
My audience can put in an order and Spreadshop does the printing and sends it to anywhere in the world. It's like magic.
It costs nothing to set up, and there is no money out of my pocket. I set my own prices and make my profits after cost.
I built my own brand, then started making money the first time I shared with my audience. Now all my followers are wearing my logo.
Setting up your Spreadshop takes just a few seconds, and all our products are made in-house. You can trust your brand is in good hands. Start your own merch store today at Spreadshop.com.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 6 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
In Pittsburgh, football season is all year round. The Pittsburgh Passion, 3-time national champions. A team of women united by drive, dedication, and heart. It's more than football, it's family. A sisterhood of athletes working together to achieve greatness. Do you have what it takes? The passion, the commitment. This is your chance to be a part of the black and gold. Step out onto the field and join a legacy. The Pittsburgh Passion is waiting for you. Join us for tryouts. For more information, scan the QR code or visit PittsburghPassion.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to KDK Plus, and it's the Shell halftime show here in Penn Hills as the Indians are up 7-0 over the Aliquippa Quips. I'm Susie Kuhl, and right now it's time to get to the Steelers All-Peer Team, brought to you by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and the Mentorship. And this week, we are highlighting one of our own here on the field tonight, Aliquippa wide receiver Harrison Walker. Harrison is a leader for the Quips Nation who exemplifies leadership through his actions, serving as a positive role model for the Little Quips youth football team, both on and off the field. As a dedicated member of the Aliquippa community, Harrison actively participates in organizations such as Aliquippa Impact, Drug-Free Aliquippa, and the Honor Society. As always, great job, Harrison. We love to see all of the work that these kids do, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And if you need any more information about the Steelers All-Peer Team or have somebody that you want to nominate, you can just go to Steelers.com/youth. And now it's that time of the week that we look back to last week in the top plays from week 3 with our very own Whitfield insider, Carlos Opko himself. Let's check out those top plays from week 3 action now.
Welcome back to the Whitfield Insider Show. I'm your host and Whitfield Insider, Carlos Opko. This is the highlight section of the show, the top 10 plays of Week 3's games. Let's get right into the list. At number 10, we're going to go to the Seneca Valley and Norwin game, and it's going to be Seneca Valley's Josiah Edward, who's going to scoop and score to start the game. 77 yards to the house. Seneca Valley would go on to beat Norwin in a top 25 upset. At number 9, it's going to be that special playmaker, the Penn State commit, the super sophomore Kamon Spell. 71 yards to the house over Bell Vernon. The Tigers would go on to roll. At number 8, it's going to be Central Catholic in Mount Lebanon. It's going to be the wide receiver from Lebo, Noah Shirelli, who's going to jump up over the Central Catholic defender and take it to the house. Central Catholic gets the win, but Mount Lebanon gets the top play. At number 7, we're going to go to the TJ game, and it's going to be quarterback Luke Costco, who's going to throw a bomb to Braden White, who's going to go up over a couple defenders, break some more tackles down the sideline. He just wouldn't be denied all night long. He had over 200 yards receiving. The Jags go on to roll. At number 6, we're going to the pit in Aliquippa. No Tyke, no problem. Senior Brooks, the super sophomore, introducing himself to the Whippeal world. A 47-yard run as the Quips roll over Mars. At number 5, we're going to Penn Hills, and they face the Fox Chapel Foxes, and it's going to be Martell Palmer. They call him Telly. He's going to find that middle of the defense. He's going to break a tackle, outrun about 7 more defenders, and the Indians are going to go on to win, and Palmer gets the top play. At number 4, it's going to be South Fayette quarterback Drew Welworski, throwing it up top to Ben Kavanaugh, and he's going to go over the back and over the defender for the South Fayette touchdown. South Fayette goes on to roll. At number 3, we're going to go to a rivalry game. It's going to be Pine Richland versus North Hills, and it's Pine Richland's Jalen Neal, who they think is on the ground, but he's not. He somehow breaks this tackle. We're going to see another angle here just so that we can understand what we just saw. Neal stays on his feet, and Pine Richland gets the win and the top play. At number 2, we're going to go to the Greensburg Central Catholic and Clarendon game. It's going to be Clarendon's Dante Wright, who's going to field the punt, split a couple defenders, going to find his best guy and jump over him, and then break a tackle, find the end zone. He's going to get flagged on the play, but we don't care. It's still a top play. But because of the flag, it's number 2. At number 1, the undefeated South Allegheny Gladiators are going to take a wheel route, one-handed Drew Cook. Get you some of that. Stick them on your gloves, my friend. The Gladiators score the touchdown and beat Olsh and get the number 1 play. And that'll do it for this week's Whippeal Insider Show, the top 10 plays of the week from Week 3. The electrifying action continues next week here at halftime. I'm your host and Whippeal Insider, Carlos Ofco, and I'll be seeing you next week. Back to you, Susie.
And new to the broadcast this week, we're looking at Coach of the Week here in the Whippeal. This week we have Newcastle head coach Fred Mazzacchio. After defeating the Yacht Tigers 27-7 in a non-conference matchup last week in just his first year at Newcastle, this win gives the Red Hurricanes more wins this season than the past 2 seasons combined, sitting at 3-0 to start off the 2024 campaign. And this is the team's first 3-0 start since 2009 and the second Coach of the Week honors for Coach Mazzacchio, who also won the award in 2015. So congratulations to Coach Mazzacchio. And again, it's Penn Hills up 7-0 over the Aliquippa Quips at Yuhas-McGinley Stadium tonight. We'll go to break now on KDKA+.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first.
And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever.
Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Macero Corporation has been a commercial general contractor in Pittsburgh since 1967. But did you know that we also have an agency construction management firm? Macero Construction Management Services can be your advocate when building or renovating your new school. If you're a school superintendent, business manager, or a school board member and have a new construction project on the horizon, Macero CMS can provide you with the complete construction management services you need for a successful project delivered safely, on time, and on budget. Visit MaceroCG.com for more information.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Shell Halftime Show on KDKA Plus. The Penn Hills Indians up 7-0 at the half over the Aliquippa Quips, and I'm Susie Cole. And right now, we're going to throw it back up to Matt Fargo and the one and only Arthur Moats for some first half highlights and stats. Matt,
I got Matt Fargo. You got the one and only. How fitting was that?
I started blushing. I felt real important. I was like, man, I thought Matt was the one and only, but
no.
You know what? I'll take being the one and only.
Absolutely. Pleasure to have you up here in the booth tonight, and we got a good one. 7-0. Aliquippa trails Penn Hills at the break, and despite the penalties, I've really been impressed on what the defense has done on both sides of the ball. So we're going to take a look at the first half stats.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at what Penn Hills defensively has been able to do, 34 total yards of offense by the Quips. Unheard of when you think about the talent, when you think about what they typically do. But the flip side for Penn Hills, they've been able to move the ball. 5 first downs. But the thing that stands out the most, penalty yards. 86 penalty yards by Penn Hills, 58 by Aliquippa. We talked about high double digits amount of penalties just in the first half. Both of these teams have to clean it up if they want to have a better performance in the second half.
And when you are having more yards in penalties than you do total yards, you know things aren't going as planned, especially if you're both coaches on this side. If you're Charles Morris or if you're Sean Patrick, you're beside yourself on the amount of yellow hankies have been thrown, 15 of them total tonight, as we will take a look at the Giant Eagle first half highlights. And it's a steady dose of defense. An interception there for the Quips. Cluster Longmire coming away and stealing a drive from the Indians.
And it was a really good job by him sinking over the middle of the field, reading Jay Ellis's eyes and making that play.
This was a game changer. A quarterback sneak from Council, thought he broke the plane. Play was rolled still live, scooped up by Jameer Ellis, and the Indians hold the Quips in what should have been, from what we saw on replay, a touchdown that was not. The game remains deadlocked.
And then from here, the Quips on defense responding, getting the stop. Love to see that right there. Longmire having a really impressive first half, man. Obviously, we talked about the penalty or the play that he made earlier.
And then the touchdown pass, the dot to Connor Bonner from Ellis. And the jockeying, no call there. And it will be the Indians that have the 7-0 advantage over Aliquippa at the break. And a big announcement that came earlier this week. The PIAA officially announced that girls flag football is officially sanctioned in the state of Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania becomes now the 10th state in history to have girls flag football as a sanctioned sport in our state. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have so much to do with what this sport has become now, as the Moon Tigers back-to-back champions of the girls flag football, and then that means next year it'll be a PIAA and a WPIL sport. Really groundbreaking for the game of girls flag football, and really excited for all the teams that will be playing the WPIL next year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Knowing some of those guys that, you know, have been on the ground level in terms of this fight to get this sanction, to get this movement. Steelers obviously back, and it's going to give another great opportunity for these young ladies of the Western Pennsylvania area to continue their sports career and ultimately have a nice impact in terms of what they're able to do from a sports perspective.
Yeah, and earlier tonight, the Penn Hills Indians and Aliquippa girls flag football teams were honored on the field to really celebrate this monumental achievement. The Quips and the Indians getting together and being recognized and we're really excited to see them on the field come this spring.
Absolutely. I mean, we know flag football as a whole is continuing to get larger. We know that it's getting added to the Olympics as well.
Yes.
So to see that right here in Western Pennsylvania, we are being one of the forefronts, one of the founders in terms of getting women's flag football and making it more of a popular sport here. I love that, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for a lot of the young ladies growing up in this area.
No question about it. Penn Hills leads Aliquippa 7-0 at the break. We'll come back with more of our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group, right here on KDK+.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the Teal Tomcats battle the Geneva Golden Tornadoes in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Saturday at 7 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
Craving the best burgers in town? Welcome to Moonlit Burgers, voted Best Burger 2024. From classic smash burgers and chicken sandwiches to salads and Millie's soft-serving shakes, we've got something for everyone. Enjoy our refreshing selection of local drafts, cocktails, and boozy shakes at the bar. Experience the magic of Moonlit Burgers, where flavor meets fun. Locally owned and operated, proudly serving the Pittsburgh community.
Macero Corporation has been a commercial general contractor in Pittsburgh since 1967. But did you know that we also have an agency construction management firm? Macero Construction Management Services can be your advocate when building or renovating your new school. If you're a school superintendent, business manager, or school board member and have a new construction project on the horizon, Macero CMS can provide you with the complete construction management services you need for a successful project delivered safely, on time, and on budget. Visit macerocg.com for more information.
By the time this Steelers fan is finished drinking his Pepsi, you'll be 15 seconds closer to game time. Steelers watching. Better with Pepsi.
Steelers Style. Presented by Neighborhood Ford Store, PNC, UPMC, and UPMC Health Plan. Watch our players, coaches, and special guests walk the runway to raise money for Steelers charities. Get your tickets at Steelers.com/SteelersStyle.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 6 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
By having real clients and producing real campaigns, at La Roche, our students thrive by putting their ideas into action.
The students at La Roche that are using applied learning completely nailed my business and delivered me something that I am going to be able to use in real time.
It was a really nice experience to actually see how the establishment functions, being able to actually work with real people, real community partners, instead of something that was hypothetical.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit mariani-richards.com.
Welcome back to Penn Hills in our Steelers High School Showcase. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the WPIAL. Upper St. Clair leads McKeesport 14-0. We'll see the Panthers next week against Peters Township, who lead West Allegheny 24-0.
Should be a pretty good matchup too, man.
I don't think Mike Marchinski's happy about that score.
We'll keep that to ourselves.
Yeah. Cornell leads Bishop Canevin. How about 15-0? Raiders on top of Crusaders.
Okay, Cornell.
South Fayette, Mozi.
Hey now.
21-7.
Let the little Lions make a little noise tonight. Let them make a little noise.
They're having fun on the beach in Bell Vernon tonight. Man. Central Valley up on Beaver 30-14. And Montour, San Mars is playing like Pluto tonight, 21-7.
It's like that sometimes, man. It is like that. But shout out to Montour, man. Let's see if they can finish it out because, as we know, it's always two halves of football. And even when we talked about Aliquippa last week, how they bounce back. So we will see tonight.
All right, let's go down to Susie Cool, who has an update for us. Susie?
Thanks, Matt. Quips head coach Vashon Patrick said that there were too many penalties in that first half, too many self-inflicted wounds. The Quips were starting behind the sticks too much, and it was putting them in bad field position. However, he did like the way that his team kept their composure. They're still fighting, and they're going to grind it out in this second half. Matt?
Yeah, Susie, I think that is the understatement of the year. Vashon nailed it. Certainly a rough go of it from the penalty department. And
just a handful, maybe one or two.
Yeah, a few.
Give or take.
Hey, we're talking about girls flag football. How about Pittsburgh's professional women's football team, the Pittsburgh Passion? They're having tryouts at All-American Fieldhouse on Sunday, October 13th and Sunday, October 27th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. All-American Fieldhouse, October 13th and October 27th. Pittsburgh Passion Women's Professional Tackle Football. For more information, log on to PittsburghPassion.com.
And that's a fun group, man. And if you ever get a chance to check them out or interact with them, man. Awesome group of ladies right there. And like you said, they're playing tackle football. The pads are out.
Yes.
And they are not afraid to get downhill. I mean, it's always fun to see them out there.
It's incredible to see. And I think, they were just one game away from the national championship a season ago. Excited for their season this spring. All right, Penn Hills has it on a tee. They'll send it back to Aliquippa, who trails 7-0. As Polino has it on a tee. Send it back the way of the Quips. They'll put this one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Quips to take over offensively with Arthur Moats, former Pittsburgh Steeler, up here in the booth, and Susie Cool down on the sidelines. I'm Matt Fargo. Happy to have you along in our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented to you by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group.
Now, we know in this first half, the big thing was Penn Hills controlled the line of scrimmage, not allowing Aliquippa to get that running game started. Let's see if they're able to continue that in the second half, or if the Quips will finally be able to get this ground game going.
Council going to go from the I formation. Turn around and hand it off to Brooks. And Brooks gets ahead of steam, and he gets to the 25-yard line. And you know what? Just from one play, you can almost see what the thought process of Vashon Patrick was in the locker room.
Absolutely. They want to get back to what is their bread and butter. 21 personnel, meaning one running back, a fullback, and a tight end, and downhill runs. They don't want to try to beat you on the perimeter. They want to be the more physical team. So it's good to see them trying to get back to their roots on this first play of the second half.
Second down 5 from the 25. Offset I formation, and oh my goodness, Brooks runs into a bear hug. Burnett again there on the scene.
Very, very impressive play by Donovan Burnett right there. Obviously beating the center, nice hand usage, and wrapping up the big back, Senior Brooks in the backfield for a tackle for loss. And once again, Penn Hills is able to put the Quips in 3rd and long.
Once again, here we are. 3rd down, 8 from the 22. Trips go to the top of your screen. Quips haven't really tested anything deep tonight. Council back to pass with some pressure, steps away from it, avoids a would-be sack. Now runs here to the near sideline. Council thinking about running with it, and a run out of bounds. Man, a really masterful effort there by Council, showing his smart play with that 4.1 GPA.
Absolutely. I mean, good job by the Penn Hills pass rush, ultimately collapsing the pocket. And right there you see by Council, just good pocket presence, getting on the perimeter. And from there, avoid the big hit, get out of bounds. But really good job by Penn Hills defensively, forcing the 3 and out to start the second half. And now they're going to get a chance to get the ball back with really good field position.
4th and 4. It's a long 4 as well, so they fake it, and the play gets blown dead with a penalty. And this motion, I think, is going to go in Aliquippa's favor.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
It should not remain 4th down. It should be a first down.
The result will be a first down.
Just say my math isn't the best, but hold on now. I can count that well. Wait a minute.
You got to break out the calculator.
I was like, I got enough fingers for this one here.
It's a first down, and Arthur, it's also a Kelly Automotive first down, and Quips get a gift there. We saw Aliquippa give Penn Hills a gift on that roughing the kicker penalty. Now Penn Hills gives them a fresh set of downs. Drive stays alive.
And it'll be interesting to see if the Quips can capitalize on this second life on this drive.
They hand it off to Brooks, tries to bounce it to the outside, and was able to avoid a couple to get 2 on the carry.
I tell you what, Jay Ellis has been all over the field defensively. Obviously, Sanair Brooks, we know how talented he is out the backfield. But once again, nice form tackle, bringing him down one-on-one in the hole. I mean, this is what you want to see if you're the Penn Hills defense. Make Aliquippa have to snap the ball every time. Don't allow the explosive play, and see if they can put together those 10-play drives and do it over and over again, because right now they're struggling.
Yeah, the fact that Ellis is playing both sides of the ball, also playing quarterback, like he's been out there most plays. There's a nice slant route completed to Harrison Walker, but there is a flag down. Or was I just seeing things? I think we've had so many, I might have just saw
PTSD is acting up. That's what's going on right here, man.
No. No flag. There is no flag. Producers are seeing flags. It wasn't just me, but Brooks hands it off. Or Brooks gets the handoff, and he's stacked up, going to lose a yard. Penn Hills defense flying to the football tonight, and that one no exception.
And this is the challenge for Aliquippa. If they can't control the line of scrimmage, what is their answer? What do they go to next? Because right now, Penn Hills is playing downhill, and they're not allowing Sanair Brooks to have any type of breathing room tonight.
Dorian Pay, a freshman on that last tackle. You know, despite the size differential, which we will talk about later, you know, Penn Hills has a lot of guys going both ways, and a lot of youthful players as well. Pay being a freshman out there. And that's a handoff that goes nowhere, and it is again 58 in your Penn Hills program. That's Donovan Burnett once again.
Very, very impressive play right there by Donovan Burnett. Nice hand usage, defeating the center, and once again on the same drive, another big-time tackle for loss, and now you have the Quips once again in 3rd and 15. This is not what the Quips wanted coming out of half, multiple 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, that's Burnett working against Javion Cleckley, who's just a freshman, 5'8", 255, going up against 6'3", 260. Can normally tell you who's going to win that battle. 3rd down, Council to throw down the sideline and overcooks it for everyone, incomplete.
Looks like a little miscommunication between him and the receiver. Receiver is running more of a comeback route. He was trying to stretch the ball vertically, obviously with the too high shell from the Penn Hills defenders. But once again for the Indians, finding a way to get off the field. And now, let's see if they can capitalize on the success they had at the end of the half, where they were able to get their first touchdown and break the scoring open.
8:06 to play, 3rd quarter. Penn Hills forces the Quips punt unit out. They jumped early. Quips were faking it on that last punt attempt if it wasn't for the penalty. This time, Shagog will put a boot into it. Fielded from the 31-yard line. And a quick return there by Banks as he runs out of bounds, and there's a flag down.
He was definitely out of bounds, so I think that that's what this is. I think I saw that one.
Correction, Terrell Banks.
Dead ball foul. Number 28, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, that flag will give Penn Hills the football when we come back here on KDKA Plus. Penn Hills leads it over Aliquippa on a Friday night in the Steel City.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
At Two Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things, so you have room to dream.
I'm attorney Edgar Snyder. For over 40 years, you've watched me do my signature point on TV. But who am I pointing at?
He's pointing at someone who's been hurt in an accident.
Someone overwhelmed with paperwork.
Someone struggling with bills.
Someone who can't get answers.
Someone who can't get justice.
I'm pointing at my community, my neighbors, and letting them know we're here to help. So remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Did you know you can make your home or building look brand new? For the whole project, or just spot repointing, make your home exterior brand new like when it was built. Call or visit Mariani-Richards.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by St. Vincent College, by Loewe Enterprises, promotional products and apparel, by Mariani and Richards, and by Edgar Snyder and Associates, a personal injury law firm where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. Aaron Donald in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He'll certainly have a bust there in the near future, but already recognized as one of the all-time greats in the National Football League, and started it right here in Penn Hills.
One of the best to ever do it. I just didn't like the fact that why they have to have Russell Wilson in the picture. He was getting hit. Jeez. All these quarterbacks Aaron Donald has sacked and terrorized. You got to take our quarterback now? Jeez.
And spinning away here is Mitchell, and finally help arrives. And a couple helmets go flying as well, and Mitchell carries to the 35-yard line. I think this is one of those drives, Arthur, that Penn Hills needs to be smart, but not too conservative. If they could punch something in, it just feels like from the flow of this game, 2 scores almost will feel unsurmountable, even though we know for the Quips it isn't.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's the part where I want to see how Penn Hills approaches this drive. Will we see some aggression from Coach Morris? Or are they going to stick to what they've been doing, which is a little bit more trying to run the ball and play within the scheme tonight?
Second down at 5 after that 5-yard gain by Mitchell from the pistol formation. They throw it, dump it off, and immediately Walker plants them.
Excellent play.
Recepted by Derek Selby on the reception.
Excellent play right there by Harrison Walker. I mean, you look at his eyes right here from the middle of the field, that safety spot, following his receiver over there, and nice form tackle in the open field, not allowing any yak, and ultimately forcing that third down. Now, the difference for Penn Hills is 3rd and 4, a lot more manageable than what the Quips have been dealing with 3rd and long.
3rd and 4 it is. 6:35 here in the third. They'll do the check with the sideline. Charles Bradley, a Penn Hills alum, the offensive coordinator for the Indians. Back to pass. Ellis hits as he throws, but he got a receiver out there, and it's caught for a touchdown. What a catch! Martell Palmer. Indians strike on 3rd down.
I mean, you look at that play right there. Aliquippa was very aggressive, bringing the blitz. And from there, you see where the Indians were able to take advantage of it, throw the jump ball, and a nice job by Martell Palmer to come down with it. The penalty is for the celebration afterwards, but excellent job by Jay Ellis standing in there taking the hit. And right there, you see Palmer catch, survive the hit, walks to the end zone.
Yes, the penalty for
that
the
15-yard
celebration
penalty
there.
will be enforced on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
Palmer, though, comes away. And how about the shot that Jameer Ellis took on this throw?
I mean, very impressive. I mean, the blitz is coming right up the middle, but right there, you see it. Palmer, go get the football, get into the end zone, and now they have a double-digit lead in a game where the flow has not been the best.
Extra point put through the poles, and now it's 14-0. Penn Hills leads Aliquippa. Come back with us here on KDKA Plus.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
To UPMC Sports Medicine, a huge center of excellence built by Freddie Fu.
A fantastic, world-renowned place where we see athletes, we see patients of all walks of life, world-renowned surgeons.
Primary care sports medicine physicians.
Board-certified physical therapists. A comprehensive multidisciplinary assessment to evaluate for concussion.
Nutrition.
Athletic training.
Sports performance.
Everything is right here that you need. So we deliver that right to you.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
College isn't for everyone. But from pay to training to retirement, Pennsylvania Laborers Union members live better. PA Laborers Union offers a great wage potential of $42 per hour and terrific health benefits. Imagine having 0 student loans while receiving state-of-the-art construction training. Join the team and get mentorship and guidance from experienced members. Go now to laborparecruit.com for more information.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the Teal Tomcats battle the Geneva Golden Tornadoes in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Saturday at 7 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
Back to Penn Hills. Indians on top of Quips, 14-0. Our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week presented by Giant Eagle, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Spread Group. Penn Hills weren't conservative on that drive, and now they have a 2-touchdown advantage.
Yeah, the feast or famine approach that the Quips have been implementing from a defensive standpoint came back to bite them. We obviously know whenever they've had a lot of negative plays, they've resorted to or they've defaulted to pressure. And on that particular call, they bring that pressure, ultimately turn a guy free on the back end. And, I mean, for Penn Hills, making the impressive play, going up 2 scores, it'll be interesting to see how the Quips respond.
It will, and it will be Walker on the return. Walker to the 30, Walker to the 35, and that's where Aliquippa's offense, where, I mean, it has been a long time since I've seen an Aliquippa offense struggle this much. And, you know, you wonder at what point are they going to test it downfield, or do they go and stick with the game plan here and hope that maybe Brooks breaks one?
I mean, that is the one thing what we'll say about Aliquippa. They are not afraid to stick with what they do, which is run the ball really well. But at some point, they might have to start testing these corners because Penn Hills defensively, man, has not been allowing anything on the ground today.
Back to pass. Council throwing and incomplete. Intended for Davion Taylor. Falls incomplete.
And that was a really good job by the defender right there because he had 25 open. Davion Taylor on the play action pass. That's the play they hit the explosive play on earlier. But nice job right there, the closing speed, and beautiful work by Daryl Banks to force the PBU.
6:07 here in the third. Indians lead at 14-0. Quips in jeopardy of that 27-game regular season winning streak right now. Handoff to Brooks around the right side and not much room available. He gets a yard where it will be 3rd down, and again, long distance here for the Quip offense.
Yeah, I think the thing for the Quips, they're not used to not being the dominant team in the trenches. And tonight, Penn Hills has been the more physical team in being able to control the line of scrimmage from a defensive standpoint, and that has really stymied the Quip's offensive attack of wanting to run the ball and play through Senior Brooks.
Third down, 9. Council, play action. Throwing out into the flat and can't connect. Incomplete, 4th down.
Another really impressive play there by that Penn Hills defense. Looks like that was Natel Mitchell on the coverage right there, forcing the PBU in, forcing another Quips punt.
Josiah Boykin, the intended receiver.
I mean, if you're Coach Morris right now, you have to be extremely excited about the way his team has responded after the half. And they have another opportunity to get the ball back and potentially go up 3 scores on the Quips.
Shagog, another punt. Back to the 35-yard line. And not much, just a 5-yard return there for Banks. Penn Hills offense back to work, leading by 14. And, you know, obviously the headline coming into tonight is Aliquippa playing in 4A after courts decided they would not play in 5. And, you know, enrollment standards, they are a 2A school. They have 156 boys in grades 9 through 11. Penn Hills, meanwhile, has 502. Aliquippa would be the 6th smallest 2A school, and Penn Hills is the 8th largest 5A school.
I mean, that is what makes everything that's led up to this matchup so intriguing.
Yes.
Because we know how Aliquippa has been able to perform and do it at such a high level, but at the same time, at what point is enough enough? At what point do we look and say they don't have enough depth to compete at this level?
Sure.
And that's always going to be the question when you're talking about
delay
that.
a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
And, you know, Mike Warfield, former head coach of the Quips, took a leave of absence, but he was so adamant about talking about this and saying, look, we don't disagree with the rule, but we were voluntarily playing up in classifications when this rule was created. Move us from where we started and where our enrollment is based out of, not where we were
voluntarily playing there.
Yeah, and we were already doing what the spirit of the rule was designed to do. Handoff, and Natel Mitchell delivers a hard hit. Gets some of that lost penalty yardage back, and he's up to the 44-yard line.
I mean, right now, Penn Hills is trying to show that they're the more physical team. And this is a critical drive for the Quips defensively. They cannot allow the Penn Hills Indians to go up 21-0. And if you're Penn Hills, you're saying this is an opportunity to really take control of this game and really put the Quips in a bad situation tonight.
2nd down and 7 from the 44-yard line. Mitchell, one more time, tries to get the edge, and he spins away. Mitchell down the sideline. Natel Mitchell, touchdown, Penn Hills. "56 yards.
I mean, when you talk about Natel Mitchell, we said this is one of their dynamic playmakers. You see him getting the ball on the counter run right there, makes a guy miss, runs through the tackle, and now he puts the Jets on, outrunning every Quips defender on the way to a very impressive and very explosive touchdown run. And now the Indians have a chance to take a commanding 21-point lead late in the 3rd quarter following this extra point.
A run like that makes you think that you were using Whippeal Site Builder on the video game system on PlayStation and getting to see what he was able to do with the spin move and the speed that he had to use down the field.
I mean, really impressive play right here. Yeah, when you're talking about the way that Natel Mitchell was able to take this ball and get around the corner on this. Now, this is the play right here. Watch that. Runs through the tackle, and now this is where the speed really shows. Goodbye. Very, very impressive by Natel Mitchell. ultimately making the defender miss, and then showing off the versatility with the speed. And like I said, if you're Coach Morris, you have to be excited and love in the way that his team has responded coming out of the half.
Indians up 21-0. Keep in mind, Aliquippa was down 14-0 to Avonworth earlier this season, and they bounced back and were able to roll to a 46-20 win. Now, this is as tough of a deficit as they faced in some time. 3 touchdowns.
I would also say the style of the game was a little bit different in that one versus here, along with, in terms of the physicality, that run right there, it was a lot of Quip defenders looking dejected after that run because of how physical it was, but also the explosive nature. So I'm interested to see how the Quips respond from a mental standpoint as well.
Quips to get the football back. Leno puts a foot into it. Walker on the return. Right side tries to get the edge, and there goes Walker. And I get the corner and no further.
Number 15, Harrison Walker.
And here comes that Aliquippa offense, and you know that they have the big strike ability. Obviously, they're without Tyke Hayes, who brings that level and that expectation. But we really haven't seen the Quips test anything really downfield. It really put everything about 10 yards and in from an offensive perspective.
Yeah, they've really been condensed in terms of how they're wanting to attack the Penn Hills defense, and it's really played right into the Penn Hills defense strength. When you talk about how Jay Ellis has been at their linebacker spot, he's been making all the tackles on the field versus the run game, and you're looking at Penn Hills from a passes perspective, they've been holding up on the occasional throws.
Council pitches, and Brooks picks his way to the 40. Quips slow to get up.
Well, and the thing right now, if you're looking at that Penn Hills defense, they are fired up. They're feeling good about it, and it looks like we have an injured Quips player on the field.
As they attend to the injured Aliquippa Quip. Taking a look at the Whitfield Insider Top 25. This is regardless of classification. Carlos Zofko does a great job every week, puts together what the top 25, regardless of class, would look like. BP jumps Aliquippa last week. Blackhawks are rolling.
Absolutely.
But Quips at 2, PT at 3. Pine Richland Rams and North Allegheny round out the top 5. You see Montour just outside of it. They made a big jump. South Fayette Lions checking in at 10.
Hey now.
And the Central Valley Warriors playing Beaver tonight in a 24-25 matchup. Warriors looking like now they're back down in 3A. They were playing up. They're playing 4A teams. They're down in the friendly confines of 3A, and they're taking care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I'm sure for the Quip fans, that's always their argument whenever you talk about matchups like this. We're playing up, and this is another division up higher. But let's see if the Quips can make it interesting in the second half.
Handoff, Brooks breaks a few tackles, and Brooks is about 3 yards shy of a first down. Knocked out of bounds there. What will be third down and short this time.
And this is one of their first third and manageables all game. Now we will see how they approach this in terms of being 3rd and 6. But for Penn Hills defensively, this is one of those, or excuse me, 3rd and 3. But this is one of those things for Penn Hills where you're asking yourself, we can find a stop right here. We put ourselves in another position to get that ball back and try to score again.
Aliquippa has 4 first downs in this bowl game, trying to make it 5 on a 3rd down and 3. They give it off on the delay, and the convoy is going to be about a yard, if not shorter, shy of the stick.
Yeah, and if you're the Quips, regardless if this was a first down or not, you know you're going for it. Midfield area, you're down 3 scores, a little bit late in the 3rd quarter.
Hard count by Council. Play clock still 12 seconds. Everybody packed in on the line here. Turn around and hand it off. First down for Brooks. Needed less than a yard, got 4.
Now we're finally seeing the Quips have a little bit of success, a little bit of rhythm on this play. We're seeing them start to respond, and now getting back to their bread and butter. Nice downhill run by Samir Brooks, picking up the first down and ultimately extending the drive. So now let's see what the Quips can do with this success they're starting to have.
2:14 to go here in the third, clock churning. Aliquippa trying to make something here offensively. They go play action. Thinking about testing it down the field. There's double coverage down there, and he just overshoots. His receiver had beaten the coverage. It goes incomplete. Nazir Wade, the intended man, and
that's when he's going to want back, I think. That was a nice throw by Marquise Council right here, man. Good protection. Over 2 defenders, just past the outstretched hands. But, man, I like the idea.
And kudos to Penn Hills defensively for knowing that a shot like that was going to come down. You have the double coverage. There's a fumbled snap. And the Quips have to dive on it. And now this is going to make it a really difficult third down and long behind the sticks here. Back at the 44-yard line of Aliquippa.
Yeah, it looks like the Quips can't get out of their way tonight, man. Errant snap right there forces the negative play. Now all of the positivity is going to go right back to a third and long situation. Let's see how the Quips want to attack this thing. But if you're the Penn Hills defense, you have to be excited about another opportunity to get off the field.
.125 here in the third. Third down, 14 from the 44. Council back to pass. Slant route, tall and separated. Ball from defender Natel Mitchell.
Excellent play right there by Natel Mitchell. I like the fact that he lowered the target. It does appear that there's a flag on the play, though.
Flag on the play.
Stop when you've heard that before.
Once or twice. But a great play by Natel. This happened back around the line of scrimmage.
An eligible receiver illegally downfield against the offense. Number 25 was covered, but went out for a pass. That penalty has been declined. 4th down.
Take the down.
And once again, when you're talking about Aliquippa, self-inflicted issues right here. Granted, the completion wouldn't have, it was an incomplete pass, but once again, you're not giving yourself a chance to have any type of rhythm, any type of success on offense. And now you're sitting at 4th and 14, having to go for it on your side of the field. This is not what you want as a coach.
Not at all. Council back to pass, pressured, will let it zing it, and right at the stick. Caught for a first down.
Yeah, that was nice. Very impressive right there by Marcus Council. Extending,
that's
keeping his
Wade.
eyes downfield and getting back to the guy that he took the shot to earlier, Nazir Wade. And this time, Nazir rewards him with a nice first down completion, keeps the drive alive. This is what the Quips needed, though, man. Something positive to get them feeling confident on offense, to get some type of rhythm. And now let's see what they can do in terms of finishing this drive.
It's a Kelly Automotive first down, 1st and 10 for the Quips at the Penn Hills 41. Walker, the motion man. Council back to pass. They're going to throw it out on a screen pass to Brooks, and Brooks is only able to get about 3 or 4. Nicely done. Penn Hills flying around to the football, and Derek Selby makes the tackle.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, when you talk about the read and react on this screenplay, they have it timed up, nice blockers. But ultimately, that's the play right there. I believe that was Natel Mitchell beating the blocker across his face, making the shoestring tackle on Samir Brooks, and ultimately minimizing the explosive potential of that play.
Back to pass. Council one more time. Another check into the flat, and it goes incomplete. And we'll get another play here in the quarter. It'll be 3rd down for Aliquippa. Another look on the UPMC Sports Medicine instant replay.
And if you're the Quips right now, you don't want to feel like you're pressing, but at the same time, the clock is definitely a factor. And this is their best opportunity in terms of throughout the game thus far to have a scoring opportunity. So I know for them, they're going to want to pick up this first down or at least put themselves in position to have a fourth and very manageable if they are able to complete the conversion right now.
3rd and 6, 5 wide. Council to throw. First down, Quips. And more trying to reverse field. A reception hold in Antonio Reddick for the Quips. And that will take us to the end of the 3rd. Penn Hills adds 2 more scores in the 3rd frame. They lead it 21-0 here on KDKA Plus. Stick with us as we go to the 4th quarter here on the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA Plus.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps gold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Boring makes vacations happen.
Early retirement's possible.
And startups start up because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank.
For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has been brilliantly boring so you can be happily fulfilled. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Potomac Furniture Company, by Shell, by Moonlit Burgers, by Allegheny College. What are you capable of? You know, it's the little things here, JRM Production. A shot of the moon and a sponsor with Moonlit Burgers. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you can't ask for a better thing for a night like tonight, man. You love Friday night football, baby.
We got Arthur Moats up here in the booth. Susie Cool down on the sidelines. I'm Matt Fargo. 4th quarter, Penn Hills, Aliquippa. First time these two teams have met. Aliquippa down 3 scores to start the final frame. Council will avoid the sack and get about a 2-yard gain. Stepping up in the pocket there and limiting the loss of yardage. That's been the story of these 3 quarters for Aliquippa. They've been playing behind the stick so much.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it looks like we have a Penn Hills defender down on the play as well.
Medical training staff out to tend to the injured Penn Hills Indian. Hey, when you need to rent equipment, you can count on the experts at Herc Rentals to deliver the right equipment for the job. From generators to AC units to boom lifts and pickups, go to HercRentals.com to find a branch near you. And say hello to Nate up there in the lift tonight. Hi, Nate. He's lucky he's getting good weather this season.
Hey, man,
know?
I was about to say, sheesh. That could be a little iffy if it's a rainy night or a cold night. I'll take our section up here.
Yes, right. You already said not a heights guy.
No, not at all, not at all.
Second down, 8 from the 22 for the Quips. Brooks to the right of Council. Motion man, they fake the jet motion, go slant route, got the completed pass. It's Harrison Walker for a Aliquippa first down, and they are inside the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone.
And this is their second time tonight getting into the red zone. We obviously know what happened the first go around, but nice job right there by Council, hitting Harrison Walker, their trusted receiver, on a slant route and picking up a nice gain. And now here we go. Let's see if the Quips can have some success, but it looks like we have another player down on the Indians defense.
Another injured Indian down. Aerial shot. Again, presented to you by tonight, GBU Life. Protect what matters now. Right now, what matters to the Indians is a 21-point lead, and the cheerleaders found out there's an injury, so they all took a knee.
You got to take a knee.
Right.
Now, it looks like my man is just dealing with cramps, which is, you know, when you're talking about late in the game, that's definitely understandable. But hopefully for Darrell Banks, he's able to come back, because he's been one of the key defenders for this Penn Hills defense.
Aliquippa and Penn Hills cheerleaders getting in on the fun tonight.
It's always good to see the camaraderie, man, between two schools, especially on the football field. And in this situation, with the cheerleaders being able to show that, hey, we can all get together and we can all cheer on both of our teams on a night like tonight.
Yeah, these two teams squared off in basketball last year. Little fade route into the end zone, incomplete. Trying to get Khalil good. It'll be second down and 10.
And Penn Hills has done a really good job of keeping a lid on the defense. They're keeping two safeties up high, as you can see at the end of the screen right there, and ultimately not allowing a ton of room for Council to take advantage with his arm.
Second down, 10. Quips trying to get into the end zone for the first time tonight. Council to his right. Pressured, spins away from it. Now we'll let it fly into the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Oh, what a catch. Larry Moon. Aliquippa's on the board. 13-yard strike.
An absolute masterclass by Marquez Council, extending the play, keeping his eyes downfield, and hitting the sophomore Larry Moon for the touchdown. But I love the fake. From there, you see him extending the play. Pressure by number 36. It doesn't matter. Eyes downfield the whole time. And then from there, delivering a strike to Larry Moon to ultimately cut this from a 21-point lead to now just a 2-score lead following the field goal.
10:56 to play. There's another Penn Hills player down.
Looks like more hydration.
Yep.
And, you know, when you're talking about early in the year, me and you have been up here kind of sweating, joking about how muggy it is tonight.
Yep.
As a player who understands cramping to the nth degree, that is one of those things where the hydration is going to naturally happen. But you see those guys out there in terms of the trainers keeping water in their system, man, and that's what you're going to need for a night like tonight. But, I mean, good to see him being able to get up and walk off the field ultimately. And for the Quips, once again, finally getting a touchdown. Getting on the board.
Getting into the end zone. Yeah, I was going to say, how long has it been since Aliquippa's been shut out? We don't need to talk about that anymore. Extra point. Malachi Shagog. Now, keep in mind, Tyke Hayes is normally the field goal kicker, and this is going to be a flag that blows this dead.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, number 13 on the defense. Half the distance, retry.
I think that's penalty 20 on the count. If you
20 or 21. Just keep adding up. We'll just keep rounding them up, right? But it'll be interesting to see now with the additional yardage if Aliquippa sticks with just kicking the field goal, because we know the guy that they do like to have some trickery with is the holder right there, Harrison Walker. So let's find out how they're going to operate on this here field goal.
They're going right at it. Extra point is good. Sagog puts it in through the poles, and it's 21-7 with 10:56 here to go in the fourth. And Aliquippa, if they could get a stop, could make things interesting here. And what's interesting is all of the news and stats that you can get from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. For the latest news in high school football across Western Pennsylvania, go to postgazette.com. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the official partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And make sure you are following us on social media. Follow the Steelers Youth Football and JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube for exclusive content, real-time highlights, and on-demand broadcasts. It's all there on the Steelers Youth Football channel and JRM Sports, your home for the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. How creative do you think Aliquippa wants to get? Kicking it off? I mean, do you trust your defense? Certainly, they've had much of this game, they've had success. But Penn Hills has had some recent success offensively.
The thing with Penn Hills is they've been able to have the explosive plays. Typically, that's what you say about Aliquippa. They're the ones who are able to have the explosives and kind of offset the in-between stuff. But for right now with Penn Hills, I like what I'm seeing from them, and it's going to be important to see if they can respond with another score, because they have not been stopped since the end of that second quarter. They've been able to score in the ensuing possession since then.
So they had a thought there. It wasn't a full onside kick. They go with the squib kick and try to send their speedsters down the near side boundary, but it found its way out of bounds. So a legal procedure call coming here against the Quips.
Kick out of bounds against Aliquippa. Hills has elected to take the 35-yard line. First down.
What's that penalty count again? What's your tracker? We're at 2021, you said? Or 22 now?
2022.
22, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We're flying through them here.
I like it.
Back to work for this Penn Hills offense. Jameer Ellis hands it off. Natel Mitchell to the corner. And Mitchell, know what he has, the big play ability, and he gets to the corner. Aliquippa saying they had it, and the official saying no, he was down, and there's a flag.
Would it be a play if there wasn't a flag? Come on now.
Not really sure at this point. We were talking earlier about Vashon Patrick, the head coach of Aliquippa, but how about the job that Charles Morris has done at Penn Hills in his third season?
Illegal formation against the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
He said that guys like Terry Smith and former Penn Hills head coach Neil Gordon really helped him become the coach. He's in his 16th season as coach. He spent 10 years as the assistant coach at Plum. He was the team's defensive coordinator under Matt Morgan, who spent some time in the National Football League, played at Pitt. And before that, he was at Gateway under Terry Smith. He's a 2009 graduate of Edinburgh University and a 2005 graduate of Penn Hills.
Yeah, and when you're talking about Coach Morris, he talks about the pride that he has in this program because he's from it. He's a part of it. And it looks like we have another explosive play.
What a catch.
By Penn Hills through the air.
Darrell Banks.
Yes, indeed, Darrell Banks.
How does he get the toe-tapping gem on this one?
And it looks like we have an injury as well on the play. I think that might be Jay Ellis. Looks like he took a shot after the throw.
And I think he got 2 feet down there.
I think so as well.
Another look at it. 1 and 2. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Good on Sundays,
day,
baby.
Yes,
yes indeed. Yes, indeed.
Seen a couple of those tonight.
And really impressed right there with Jay Ellis. Once again, staying in the pocket, taking a shot, but delivering a beautiful pass down the field. And good job by the Penn Hills receivers rewarding him by completing the catches. And once again, we're seeing Aliquippa get real aggressive defensively. Nobody in the middle of the field right here.
Going to Natel Mitchell, and Mitchell turns forward to the 44.
Mitchell on the carry.
Finishing the thought on Morris, he was also a 3-year letterman here at Penn Hills as both a football and a basketball player. It's cool, both sides having alumni coach here tonight. That makes it even more important to them.
Absolutely. The pride that you have when you are an alum, when you're able to come back and tell your guys, hey, this is how we did it, but this is also the foundation piece that we put in. So now that you guys are here, let's see what you can go and do even more. And Coach Morris also said, man, he wished he could have had an opportunity to play against Aliquippa back in his day.
Mitchell gets the call, and he'll go right back to the original line of scrimmage no further, and not happy with himself on that run. Bring up third down here for the Indians.
If you're the Quips, you got to find a way to get off the field right here. You cannot allow this drive to continue on because the clock will become even more of a factor.
Maybe thought of trying to get Aliquippa to jump here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Quips brought pressure. We obviously know what Jay Ellis has been able to do on the perimeter, taking advantage of the single-man coverage. But the Quips' answer has been, if I can get to you first before you make this throw, none of that matters on the back end.
Here comes some pressure, and there it is. Rolling to the right side, and he escapes as he falls down. He only escaped for a moment, but didn't want to put the ball in the air, and it is fourth down, but you called it there.
I mean, for Aliquippa, when we talk about what has been happening, it hasn't been a ton of run plays. Obviously, we know Natel Mitchell had the long touchdown run most recently, but it's been the one-on-one perimeter ball on the outside, throwing it up in the jump ball. So with that, it was good to see Aliquippa respond with pressure, and ultimately Jay Ellis not able to escape the pocket, and now they're going to have to punt the ball back to the Quips.
So the team that's made the WPIAL 5A semifinals 2 of the past 3 seasons. Last year, Penn Hills lost a heartbreaker to Pine Richland, the beginning of the legend that is Ubi Strader at Pine Richland.
Absolutely. And then we know what Pine Richland was able to do when they went ahead and, well, completed all with the PIL championship as well.
Yes.
Dead ball foul. False start, number 0 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains fourth down.
25.
Just keep them going, baby. Are we going to get over 30 tonight?
That's
the real question, man.
It is.
I think we're going to get over 30.
Polino to punt. He's also been a secret weapon here for the Penn Hills Indians tonight in this season. Blocked! And then taken away by the Indians. And Aliquippa will hold. But the Quips get a block, and they'll get good field position, about half a football field to work with.
Special teams. Who was going to be the first player to make a play on special teams? And it looks like we had number 29, Josiah Boykin, making the timely block. Carter Bonner recovered it, but ultimately the Quips able to tackle him, and now they're going to get beautiful field position right around midfield following their first scoring drive of the game. So let's see if they can build upon this momentum right now.
First and 10 for Aliquippa, trailing by 14, 7:20 to play. Quips trying to make a comeback here. Council going to test it downfield, and receiver ended up out of bounds, and here comes a flag.
I'm not against that flag.
No,
I was like, I think that was a good call right there. But just for the ones that are counting at home, what's that count right there? How many penalties now?
21.
All right.
Cancel pass, incomplete. Flag on the play.
Pass interference, number 13 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So the penalty moves the Quips closer on the pass interference call. Makes it first and 10 from the 37 of Penn Hills. Council, the snap, back to pass and flags. A false start penalty on Penn Hills.
Dead ball foul. Start number 12 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
On Aliquippa.
We're going to get over 30 tonight.
You
I
think?
can feel it. We're going to get over 30, man.
And it's almost like the officials
on the door.
It's almost like the officials heard you, and we're like, oh, we can get there. We can get there before the 5-minute mark.
Now, I wonder what does this do from the Quips' mindset now that they're going to be a little bit behind the sticks on this first down. How aggressive are they going to try to be?
Council looks right, and this one's blown dead too, and it's another penalty.
Dead ball foul. False start number 3 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That was a false start on 23. I don't know. Do we get him another look at this? Yeah. Have a look on the false start. Because now I'm just curious.
I'm just seeing, wow. Oh, in the slide. Yeah, good call. Good call.
Just a heel.
Got to be a little bit more disciplined if you're the Quips.
Council with pressure. Screen pass is set up to Brooks. Brooks, a first down and more.
Absolutely love that play call. Backed up due to the multiple penalties. You know Penn Hills wanting to be aggressive and trying to build on the momentum, and you call the screenplay and catch Penn Hills in the blitz. Excellent job. And then from here, Senior Brooks, open field, got a convoy in front of him. You see big number 78, Devon Humphreys out front getting a block for him. You love that. An explosive play. And once again, you got the Quips knocking.
6:44 to play in regulation. Council back to pass. Steps up, thinking about running it. There he goes. Council the first down and out of bounds. It's a Kelly Automotive first down. And the Quips are inside the Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union red zone.
And that's the one thing I will say with Council. His pocket presence, his feel for when the pressure is coming and when he needs to get out of there, I think has been really good tonight. And I love the fact that he keeps his eyes downfield, but he's also showing on this play right here, when he needs to use his legs, he is more than capable.
First and 10 Quips. Ball sits at the 13. Council with pressure, throws into the end zone, one-on-one, and a receiver thrown down and a flag thrown as well.
Yeah, I think that's another flag that I can't really contest right there.
Yeah.
Can't really contest that one, man. Nice job by Council putting the ball up where his defender or where his guy has a chance to make a play.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
pass interference. Number 10 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal.
Reddick kind of wrapped his arm there to bring the defender down a little bit.
Yeah, but if you're Kevin Marcus, the defender right there on the play, you want to turn your head around.
Yep.
You got to see the football and at least give yourself a chance for that referee to not want to throw that flag.
See Sean Patrick, head coach of the Quips, trying to lead his team on a comeback. 6:28 to play, regulation. First down, throw into the end zone, tipped and incomplete.
And that was a really impressive play right there by the corner. I believe that was Ron Porter over there standing up one-on-one, defending the back shoulder jump ball. And here it is on replay. Going to Khalil Good, but ultimately, like I said, Ron Porter standing up in the end zone and forcing the Quips to have to snap that ball again. 2nd and 7.
They could get a first down just inside the 5. Play action, back to pass. Council rolls. Council thinking about running. Stop and go! And down to the 1, first and goal, Aliquippa. Out of bounds at the 1 with 6:13 to play.
Marquez Council is putting his legs on display tonight. The stop and go, the elusibility. Wow. I mean, look at him make the defender miss. Oh. And this is a quarterback we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Very impressive play. Has the Quips right on the edge of scoring and getting themselves right back into this game.
First and goal, Aliquippa. Full house backfield. Give it off to the sophomore who lost the ball. Ball's on the ground. It's still losing, but they call touchdown.
Referee called touchdown.
Into the end zone.
Referee called touchdown.
Senior Brookins is in. Touchdown, Aliquippa.
I mean, you think about both of their goal line possessions, man.
Oh, my.
All right, let's see what the replay looks like here. Excellent sideline shot right here.
Oh, man.
Matt, you know what they call that, though? That's football justice.
Yes.
We said the earlier one.
Oh, my goodness.
With counsel should have been a touchdown, and they called that the fumble.
Yes.
This play right here looks like he's short, but unfortunately for Penn Hills, they call it a touchdown.
Encroachment, number 13 on the defense.
There's another look after the encroachment penalty on Penn Hills.
I mean, once again, you see it perfectly down the sideline right here.
So earlier in the game, if you just tuned in, Aliquippa had a touchdown that was ruled a fumble. This one ruled a touchdown, probably should have been ruled a fumble.
Lucky break for the Quips, but like I said, football justice. Because
Absolutely.
early on in the game, the replay did show that that would have been a touchdown. They called it a fumble, so.
Another flag. So.
We won
Dead
30.
ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Retry.
Now, this is the second encroachment penalty on the extra point attempt.
Yes.
I wonder, once again, if you're the Quips, do you just stay and kick the field goal, or do they go with the play that they ran multiple times last week with Harrison Walker on this particular field goal protection?
Yep.
That's the guy to watch, ladies and gents. If they're going to do any trickery, he's the guy.
No trickery, and they're going to miss this extra point, though. No good. So after all that, 2 penalties, and the last 2 kicks were good, but the penalty will stick, so it's 21-13. One-score game, Penn Hills, Aliquippa in the Steelers Showcase. 6 minutes to play. Don't go anywhere on KDKA+.
Around here in the fall, harvest moons, cool, crisp evenings, and on Friday nights, legends come alive in Pittsburgh. WPIAL High School Football. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the Steel City Game of the Week. Allegiant salutes the players, the fans, the cheerleaders, and the parents. Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. 6 locations and a sponsor of this WPIAL High School Football broadcast.
It's Potomac Furniture's 75th anniversary sale. Celebrate our birthday with 40, 50, and 60% savings. Stop in today, Route 19 in McMurray, or visit PotomacFurniture.com. Furniture of distinction at a price you can afford.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories. Now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a 5A rivalry as the Peters Township Indians take on the Upper St. Clair Panthers. Friday night at 7 on KDKA+.
Macero Corporation has been a commercial general contractor in Pittsburgh since 1967. But did you know that we also have an agency construction management firm? Macero Construction Management Services can be your advocate when building or renovating your new school. If you're a school superintendent, business manager, or a school board member and have a new construction project on the horizon, Macero CMS can provide you with the complete construction management services you need for a successful project delivered safely, on time, and on budget. Visit MaceroCG.com for more information.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the Teal Tomcats battle the Geneva Golden Tornadoes in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Saturday at 7 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
Fourth quarter action from Yuhas-McGinley Stadium at our Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week. Here on KDKA Plus, 6:08 to play, 21-13. We got ourselves a bowl game, Mozi.
Ah, yes. This is what we've been waiting to see all night. Points being scored, but more importantly, seeing how both teams can respond to adversity. And I think both teams have done a really admirable job thus far.
Up here with Arthur Moats, former Pittsburgh Steeler, joining us for the broadcast tonight. Susie Cool down on the sidelines. Matt Fargo, happy you've tuned in tonight to our game of the week that's turning out to be just that. And this kick rolling around, and you'll never guess. And there it is.
We won 30.
That's it. That's it. That's 30.
We won 30.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment against the kicking team. 5-yard penalty with a re-kick.
That was the 13th on Aliquippa. Penn Hills has 17.
Listen, if there's over 30 penalties, at least 10 of them had to have been dead ball before the play even started, man.
Yeah.
At least 10 of them tonight.
And we've had 3 on kickoffs.
This is crazy.
Yep. If you're wondering yards, Aliquippa 153 total yards, Penn Hills 185. Both teams were under 100 going into the locker room.
I mean, you think about it, both teams had more penalty yards than they had total offensive yards going into the half. So at least a little bit more offensive production from both teams, but the penalties are still showing up tonight, or in the second half, excuse me.
Shagog runs up to it and kicks it out of bounds, and
Matt, another one. Another one.
DJ Khaled in the building.
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Do I start the We Want 40 chant? Is that next? I don't know.
Please, no.
Kick out of bounds against Aliquippa. Penn Hills has elected to take the ball first down at the 40-yard line.
And obviously, we've elected to just enjoy this. They're penalties. You can't not call them.
And I was going to say, some of these calls have been very legitimate. When
Absolutely.
we talk about the pre-snap false starts or offsides, you can't ignore that call. Right. It's just unfortunate for both of these teams. The expectations are a lot higher.
Absolutely.
And the overall performance today has just been a little bit sloppy in terms of some of the details. But when it's a big matchup like this for both of these teams and everybody's so eager to make a play, you're seeing a lot of that show up.
Natel Mitchell gets the call, and the Quips arrive on the scene. Yeah, and leading that charge was Davion Taylor.
Absolutely. Excellent job by Davion Taylor. Making a nice tackle for a loss, getting the Indians behind the sticks. But you see him shooting the gap right there, wrapping up Natel Mitchell.
Both teams 3 timeouts in their pocket. 8-point lead for the Indians. That's pretty important because if Quips were able to go down and score, I have a feeling they might have just tried for 2 in the win, but they don't have that option now, trailing by 8.
You're absolutely right.
Screen pass set up to the far side. It goes for 2. No, it goes back to the original line of scrimmage, which was a 3rd down now and 11.
Timeout, Aliquippa.
Quips burned their first timeout pretty early, 5:17. They take their first timeout. They want some time on the clock, a 3rd down coming up. And coming up next week here on the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, we go to Upper St. Clair to see a South Hills battle between the Panthers hosting the Peters Township Indians. Peters Township, USC, could be a battle of undefeated.
I was going to say, that should be a good one, man.
Next week, 7 o'clock on KDKA+. We'll be there. Our entire JRM production crew will be there. There's some flags.
Listen, man, flags. They have been doing a phenomenal job tonight through all of the adversity that's been going on. Amazing performance by you guys tonight.
Well done, guys. Well done. Jake, Ryan, Maddie, Corey, everybody a part of JRM Video Productions, putting on a fantastic performance. And I want to give a shout out to all of the men and women at JRM up for an Emmy tomorrow night at the Emmys, Mid-Atlantic Emmys, and
let's go.
Trying to bring home a W.
Hey, man, exciting time for the gang over here, man. So wish you guys nothing but the best. Let's make it happen.
Aliquippa trying to have an Emmy award-winning performance here in the 4th quarter, trying to stop Penn Hills on 3rd and 11. Pressured, hit as he throws. Ball is caught for a 1st down. What a catch. Daryl Banks says this drive's continuing. 1st down, Indians.
Impressive play once again. Jay Ellis sitting in the pocket, taking the big shot, delivering the throw down the field, and Daryl Banks ultimately rewarding the trust from his quarterback, going up and high pointing that football and surviving the ground for a big Penn Hills Indians first down.
How impressed are you by Jameer Ellis and his ability to deliver an accurate football with so much pressure and being walloped every time he throws the football?
I mean, this young man is extremely tough. We obviously have talked about his work on the defensive side of the ball at linebacker, making the amount of plays that he's made, but also seeing him stand in the pocket delivering these throws. Nothing short of impressive tonight by Jameer Ellis.
Hand off to Mitchell, doesn't go for much. Back to the line of scrimmage, no further.
Mitchell on the carry.
The second down and 10. Nice aerial shot. New turf here at Penn Hills installed over the summer.
And if you're Penn Hills, you obviously want to milk this clock some, but a score right here might potentially close the door on the Quips.
Yeah. Second down, 10. Mitchell the call off the right side, and Taylor was immediately there but refusing to go down and to actually get a yard. He was met immediately in the backfield but fought for a yard. It will be third down, timeout, Aliquippa.
Yeah, nice job by Davion Taylor reading it and ultimately triggering to make the play. But Natel Mitchell's a tough runner, man. Been very impressive what I've seen from him tonight. And he's a big reason why this Penn Hills team is up late in this fourth quarter.
Third down, 9. And Aliquippa burns their second timeout, 3:52 to play. Aliquippa, all-time, 785 wins. That's the most in WPIAL history. 328 losses, 22 ties. Penn Hills, 543 wins, 327 losses, 22 ties. Two of the best.
Absolutely. I mean, the records are there. You talk about the amount of talent that has come through both of these programs, and it's a big reason why this game is as close as it is, but also why we're all looking forward to this matchup tonight as well.
Penn Hills 1-3 on the season. Aliquippa undefeated 2-0.
And here we go. This is going to be the matchup. Will the pressure get there, or are we going to see another throw in completion to Darrell Banks over here?
Long look at the sideline. Play clock at 6. They hand it off to Mitchell, and the Quips are there. Quickly on the scene. Fourth down. No gain on the play. And Clester Longmire pretty happy about that stop from the Quip defense.
Very interesting decision by Coach Morris in that Penn Hills offense. They went more conservative and decided to keep the clock running versus trying to take advantage of some of the single-man coverage that they've been experiencing in the second half. So we'll see how this pays off for them, because the Quips is still a one-score game.
Talking about Penn Hills, if you just tuned in, Penn Hills up 21-0 at the end of 3. They led 7-0 at halftime. Now the punt, they had one blocked. They will not this time, and this is going to be a great punt. It goes out of bounds at about the 3, so they're going to have the whole field to play with. Coming up tomorrow here on KDKA Plus, college football D3 style. Teal takes on Geneva from Reeves Stadium in Beaver Falls. Join us for all the action tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, here on KDKA Plus. Whole football field for Aliquippa to potentially tie this ball game and complete a 21-point deficit comeback.
Yeah, really impressive job right there by Angelo Bellino, pinning the Quips deep in their own territory and making them have to march 97 yards if they want to come back and ultimately tie this game tonight.
Bellino, he's been the Swiss Army knife for special team style, able to kick the field goals, and now a design run play. Kind of tries to slide, and here comes a flag. As Council slid as the quarterback, and a flag gets thrown late, stops the clock with 2:57. It was an Aliquippa signaling head contact.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against the defense for a late hit. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's a big penalty. Let's take another look at it on the UPMC Sports Medicine instant replay. Oh, yeah. Oof. One-on-one crime there. That was Council against Mitchell.
And we said Mitchell's been flying around defensively, but yeah, you want to be a little bit smarter right there and understand when the quarterback is sliding, he is a protected player. You don't want to give them any additional yardage because now the Quips have a lot more breathing room compared to where their drive was starting at.
Back to pass. Council gonna let it fly down the near numbers and incomplete. Had its receiver good down the numbers, couldn't haul it in. Brings up second down.
And that was a really good job by the corner right there. Staying calm while the ball was in the air, getting his head around. And Carter Bonner usually getting down on the offense side of the ball, but showing that defensive prowess as well, getting the PBU, and ultimately forcing the Quips to have to snap that ball again.
Second down 10 from the 21. Motion out. Brooks pressured immediately. Then they set up the wide receiver screen to Walker. And nice job of staying at home. Natel Mitchell makes the tackle because everybody was coming for Council.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The design of the play was good in terms of the misdirection, but ultimately for Natel Mitchell, good eyes, trusting his keys, and really makes a nice play right there to ultimately prevent Erison Walker from making that a lot larger of a gain right there.
2 minutes to play. Third down, 6 to go. Throwing at the sticks, thrown behind the sticks, and it's completed. But it's going to be short on the line again. It's going to be fourth down. Erison Walker on the reception. If you just tuned in for the 10 o'clock news, Aliquippa has trailed 21-0. They've forced a comeback. It's 21-13 and now faced with the fourth down, and all of the lights have gone out in the stadium.
Well, that's a competitive advantage for the home team. All right.
Like every light is out, and now flashlights start 10 o'clock on the dot. Maybe just these lights programmed to go out at 10.
I thought we were about to play Renegade. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life.
This is a couple years ago.
I know what time it is. It's Renegade time, man. Play Renegade.
Timeout, Penn Hills.
Penn Hills calls a timeout. Lights go out. Take a look at it again.
Boom, boom. Come on, man. Screen go black fourth quarter. We need to stop defense. Come on.
Somebody got to pay the light bill.
Oh, man, that's a nice little excitement right there, man, before one of the biggest plays of the game.
Did that happen in a Super Bowl a couple years ago?
It absolutely did. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
He's talking about the Baltimore Ravens versus the San Francisco 49ers. And you think about it, after that play happened, that's when the momentum shifted for the Ravens. They were able to come back, explosive return, and get the victory. So we'll see if the Quips, maybe they have a little bit of luck on their side as well. But 1:29 left in this game, fourth down and about 4 yards to go. This is going to be the biggest snap for the Quips in this game tonight.
Fourth down, 4. Penn Hills fans getting rowdy. Council with an empty set, 5 wide. And he's adjusting the play. Gets the snap. Will throw the slant route behind the receiver, incomplete. And has Penn Hills turn the lights out on Aliquippa. Take another look.
Throw just a little bit behind. I'm sure that's one that Council's going to want back in terms of just the overall accuracy. But if you're Penn Hills, this has been the recipe all night. Getting off the field on possession downs, whether it's third and longs or in this situation on fourth down, coming up with a big-time stop. And now, should just be some victory formation, and Penn Hills gets a chance to celebrate the big victory against Aliquippa.
Timeout taken by Aliquippa. That's going to be their last.
Aliquippa. That is their third timeout.
What a win for Penn Hills. Team that starts 0-3 on the season, loses to Susquehanna Township, loses an abbreviated game to Woodland Hills, loses by 4 to North Allegheny before getting their first win last week against Fox Chapel. But a win, one of these wins that can inspire Penn Hills to go on a run in 5A.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is one of those situations where when you're talking about for Penn Hills, confidence. And from the start of this game, they felt like they could play with Aliquippa. They didn't look like they were on the field and starstruck. They looked like they were ready to show that they were just as good, if not better. And you can see that by the way that they attacked the Quips on defense, but also the way that they played on defense against the Quips. Very versatile offense. And you talk about the running attack. I mean, the Quips were pretty much one-dimensional tonight.
Valiant effort by the Quips to get back in it, but just not enough.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you're talking about playing versus better competition, versus bigger teams, this is the question mark. Are you able to overcome some of the self-inflicted wounds that maybe with smaller schools you can? But at this level, Penn Hills, they showed that they were too good for over 4 quarters, and they're getting a big-time win for their program. And you can see the kids over there on the sideline extremely excited about this.
Another victory formation. Snap here for Jameer Ellis, who played phenomenal tonight for the Indians. And for the first time since September 10th, 2021, Aliquippa's lost a regular season football game. Penn Hills wins it 21-13 over the Aliquippa Quips.
A well-deserved celebration by Penn Hills. They played their best game in terms of overcoming adversity and making sure that they were not going to allow Aliquippa to make those explosive plays that we traditionally see from the Quips. And if you're the Quips, the streak came to an end. But you know what that means? It's time to start a new one.
Time to start a new one.
That's
it's time
all
to
it
dive
is.
into conference play. The
Absolutely.
reality is they're going right back down to 4A play, and they going to get things going on the conference side of things. But for the rivalry, for the anticipation, everything that was talked about, these two living up to the hype, and
I want to see it again.
One. Yes,
I want to
no
see
doubt.
it again, man. I thought it was a pretty good matchup. Obviously, we know the penalties kind of stymied the rhythm of the game.
Sure.
But you can see where both of these teams were pretty well matched. I think for me, though, the one thing that stood out was Penn Hills' physicality over 4 quarters and their ability to win in the trenches. That's typically where you see Aliquippa be one of their staples, but tonight that was not the case.
And I think the poise in the pocket from Jameer Ellis, you know, they came into this season thinking they were going to have a quarterback by committee, having 2 guys. I think at the same time, you got to realize the fact that what they're able to do, and this is going to start stringing things along for the Indians. We're going to be excited to see what they can do in 5A as we get you ready for the Macera Construction Player of the Game. Susie Cool has him.
Thanks, Matt. We're here with our Macera Construction Player of the Game, Natal Mitchell, for Penn Hills. And for the first time since September 10th, 2021, you guys just handed the Aliquippa Quips their first loss in the regular season. Where'd your team dig deep tonight to do that?
Man, we went 0-3 in the beginning of the season, and we got to bring that dog back out of us. Our first 3 games, we wasn't playing to our dog mentality. And now you seen the dog is out here. We hitting. We love football. That's all we do.
The second half, it seemed that something had just changed after you came out of that locker room. What did head coach Chuck Morris say to you guys to change momentum in your favor?
He told us we're not playing to our best potential. And every day in practice we go hard. We wasn't going hard enough. And when he told us to go hard, it likes to fire on us, and we go hard every play, man.
Natal, this is yours.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, Matt. Our Macera Construction Player of the Game, Natal Mitchell.
Thank you so much, Susie. Congratulations to Natal. A dog of a run on that touchdown that really kind of sealed the deal for the Indians.
Absolutely. I thought that was the play where you really saw the life from Aliquippa. Those players started to look dejected on defense because it wasn't just an explosive run. It was a physical run as well.
Take a look at what Penn Hills will have the rest of the way. They will welcome the Titans of Shaler next week, and then they'll go on the road, a big matchup against Pine Richland and the Rams That'll be an interesting one. Of course, former coach John Ladon over there running that squad, and then they'll host the Blue Devils of Mount Lebanon. On the other side, the Aliquippa Quips, Newcastle has been undefeated coming into tonight. I don't know if it's good news for the Red Hurricanes next week. Then they have home to West Allegheny, so friendly confines of Heinz Field the next 2 weeks before they go to Blackhawk 3 weeks from now. This was a fun one.
Good
Arthur,
luck,
thanks so
Newcastle.
much. Yeah.
They're going to be upset next week.
Arthur, this was fun. Thanks so much for coming on board.
No, without a doubt. Always appreciate the opportunity.
All right, thanks so much for watching this presentation of the Steelers High School Showcase on KDKA. Thanks to our producer, Jake Bitz-Lipchick, director Ryan Milan, and our entire JRM production crew. Thanks to Arthur Moats and Susie Cool. I'm Matt Fargo. Thanks so much for watching. It's the Penn Hills Indians victorious over the Aliquippa Quips 21-13. The KDKA 10 o'clock news is next. Good night, Pittsburgh.